Hey, Bob, you're watching Dolly Vision.
The evidence seems to indicate that you're watching Dolly Vision.
Okay. We were muted. We was muted. I came in hot too with the greatest one-liner, and it was, "Where's the baby? Where's the baby, YouTube?" That is the $1,000,000 question. And we have another missing child. And this one kind of reminds me of a Leilani 2.0. If Leilani was batshit crazy, okay? And this little girl that's missing is 9-year-old Melodee Buzzard. All right, PJ, you want to give them a little information of where she's missing from?
She's missing from the 500 block of Mars Avenue, which is in Vanderburgh Village, California, which is actually part of the Santa Barbara.
Part of Santa Barbara. So this little girl has been missing. Apparently she was being homeschooled, and CPS services come to check on her, and the mother has failed to cooperate and had just recently taken a vacation or a road trip. And the little girl was last seen on October 7th at a car rental place. And then since then, the little girl hasn't been seen again. But before we jump into this story, I'm going to need you guys to leave your DNA all over the like button. Fingerprints, DNA, you can headbutt it, you can elbow smash it. We don't care. Just make sure you hit the like button on the way in. Now, if you are brand new out there and you've never watched Dolly Vision before, make sure you sub up, ring the bell for notifications. If you're into true crime and justice for these missing children, you came to the right place, because that's what we do here, is fight for justice for missing people here on this channel. So sub up, ring the bell for notifications, and of course feel free to share my ugly face and PJ's beautiful face on any social media platform you choose. And also, I want to give some warnings because these people haven't been arrested yet. Dolly Vision's for entertainment purposes only. We talk news, rumors, gossip, speculation, theories, mixed with a little bit of comedy and a whole lot of chaos. So don't take nothing here as fact. Completely satire, people. Callers' opinions tonight are theirs and theirs alone. Everyone is innocent to proven guilty in a court of law. And the biggest one of them yet, do not try to be Dolly at home. It is extremely dangerous, and you could die and I am not going to be held responsible for that. All right. Or PJ. If you do, it's PJ's fault, not mine. Okay. That's how we're going to do it today. So apparently just a weird situation going on in California with another missing child. You know, guys, I was just in California, Calabasas, right? Did I say that right?
Mm-hmm.
Calabasas. And that was part of San Bernardino, California. And that was for the case of a missing Emmanuel Haro, which his father had just recently, his father recently pled guilty to second-degree murder of Emmanuel. Still haven't recovered his body yet, but there is answers to what has happened to Emmanuel. That's the story, if you're not familiar, where the mother said she went to a Big Five sporting good. She wanted to get in her car, change her diaper of her kid in the car.
You need to talk to your dogs out there. Do you hear them?
Yeah, and
sorry, but it's distracting. They're trying to get through that fence.
Yeah, because there's people setting off fireworks, so they're scaring our dogs a little bit. So the dogs are going a little crazy. So,
sorry, this is distracting me. You were
okay? So the mother was changing the diaper. Somebody came up, said "Hola," struck her in the head. She fell, woke up, the baby was gone. Come to find out, that was a lie. That never happened. Shocking. We all knew that anyway. There was a big protest that took place outside the house, just like what's going on in the Melodee Buzzard case. There's people outside the house already. Now, you know this screams Dolly. This is definitely a Dolly case. When there's people protesting outside of a home, usually them are the stories that Dolly follows, okay? So Jake and Rebecca Haro ended up going to jail, and they're in jail right now for the murder of Emmanuel Haro. Now, this woman has not been arrested for anything yet, but they originally told her she had 3 days to produce the children, or she was going to be brought up on charges.
Her other child was already taken by the state.
So her other child has already been taken. How old is that child? Do you know?
I don't, but on one of the interviews with one of the relatives, she informs us that the other girl that Ashlee has was taken by the state and given to the other bio father.
Okay. And the bio father of Melanie died in a motorcycle accident.
Yes.
Right?
When Melodee was 6 months old.
Yeah. So the biological father of Melanie. So we know the biological father is not in play on this one because he is deceased. Okay. Now there's some rumors out that her mother may be bipolar or have some mental health issues.
Extremely ill mentally. There's horrific stories coming out now from some of these relatives saying things like, and you don't even know this, the woman drove her car into a or she wrecked her car purposely with a baby in it.
Okay.
It wasn't water. She wrecked it purposely.
Okay. So
why has her child not been taken from her before this?
That I do not know. And
her other child was taken, had to be something going on with the mother.
The whole thing with her wearing wigs, my question is this, is she schizophrenic, like delusional, like paranoid delusional? Because it's like she dresses up as other people when she goes out in the public.
I think as we start listening to some of the stories about her and this child's environment and life, we'll start to gather what that's about. Because one of the stories that I started to listen to, one of the relatives said that she had come over, she had allowed the family to see the baby when she was 4. The lady had her hair buzzed like Britney Spears when she decided to shave her head off. And so it may just be.
So she went full Britney.
Mm-hmm.
Now we all know you never go full Britney. You never go full Britney,
ever.
Right? And so this lady's done went full Britney.
And that was when the baby was 4.
When she was
so
4.
That was almost 5
and
years
then
ago.
Since then, she hasn't let any of the family see the baby.
Right.
Right. So, and now, she took a trip for 3 days to Nebraska.
Yes. And there's 4 states in between there that possibly could have been where she had a pit stop. I don't know why they mentioned Kansas, but they did highlight Kansas for some reason. So that must be one of the 4 states. But in 3 days, what could you possibly, I know we take trips all the time in the car. In 3 days, what could you possibly do within 4 states? And how do you even go there and come right back in 3 days?
Well, it's a lot of driving is what it sounds like to me. And here's the thing is, even when the little girl Melanie was seen at the car rental place, the little girl was wearing a disguise. She was wearing a wig. She had a hoodie pulled up over her head. All aboard the Dolly train, says Mab Investigates. Thank you for being here
We
with us.
better have a decent train tonight on a Saturday night.
Saturday night train, right? So y'all better get on. And definitely like the video as you're coming in, because we got a lot to cover and unfold in this before we even start sleuthing into it.
And
right?
I actually want to correct you, because you had said that CPS came to check on her. What happened was she was homeschooled for this past year. And when you sign up for homeschool, you can sign up for this option where you go into the classroom, like, because every child needs to interact with kids, but that's an optional thing that you can do. Well, for whatever reason, let's see, the school administration decided that they hadn't seen her for about a year, that they wanted to do a welfare check.
Yeah.
So that's what happened.
So like a guidance counselor or somebody at the school came out to check on the child. But then, of course, they had to have notified CPS, because CPS is the one that told her she had 3 days to produce the child.
I believe that was the police.
But she still hasn't. She still hasn't produced a child.
She hasn't, and I don't understand why they're not going in there to get her out.
And she's still at home. Yeah, and she's still at home. And there's protesters already gathering outside her house. Right now, it ain't that many, but you know how that happens. We seen, and of course, we seen with Leilani Simon. We seen with Emmanuel Haro. The people don't stop growing. It just keeps growing and growing until something's done. And even in the Emmanuel Haro case, I had a chance to speak with the police out there. And I told the police, I said, you know, this is not going to stop. And I said, it's going to continue to grow. I said, I've been in situations like this before in Georgia, and it's going to get worse and worse and worse. And the dude said, yeah, I know we need to do something about it. And it's not going to stop until there's an arrest. He told me that. He said, I'm going back to the office to talk to them about that tonight. And then what? The next day they were arrested. Right. The next day they were arrested because I think Calabazan didn't want the craziness in the neighborhood. Neighbors were already out there trying to fight protesters. And it gets a little wild because these people are loud. Right. It's loud out there when you got 20, 30 people screaming all night long. We want justice for the baby. And then the rest of the neighbors can't sleep. And then they start to get mad.
Yeah.
Instead of coming out there and joining you, like, because you know it takes a village to raise a kid, it takes a village to find a kid. So, but I can understand where people might, you know, have their own children. They may have to get up for work, and now you got 30 people outside of your home screaming, and the police ain't doing nothing to bring justice. So let's jump into this video real quick of what's going on out there.
Notes of the stories updates.
Let's add this to the screen.
We want answers! We want answers! We want...
The search for Melodee Buzzard began last week after a school administrator reported the girl's extended absence from an independent studies program. Authorities say Melodee's mother has been uncooperative with the investigation.
We're all looking for answers, but, you know, we're showing up today so that way, you know, she knows we care. We're here for Melodee, and hopefully she will come out and tell us where she's at.
Sheriff's deputies briefly addressing the growing crowd, saying they do not believe the child's mother has been home for the past 48 hours. Neighbors strongly disagree, telling me they've seen signs of activity.
Besides the garage being open almost 48 hours now, which we don't know if she knows or not, she was burning something in the fireplace last night, but paper was coming out.
Tensions rose as families demanded immediate information.
It's about time, like, organization is going to be key in this. Like, if they're not going to press her until she cracks, like, I'm sorry, it's time.
Within hours, a new Facebook group had dozens of members saying they will continue gathering together daily until Melodee is located.
I felt like nobody was doing anything, like actually moving. So I wanted to reach the community. I know a lot of us have daughters, and it's heartbreaking.
Deputies on Sunday said the case remains under investigation.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app, or watch live on our YouTube channel.
I found an update that I think is important in the very beginning of this. I went and searched the forum that I always follow. And so I wanted to get all the information from the beginning. That's why I started taking the notes. But people were wondering, if she was homeschooled and what that status was. And I was thinking instantly, if the mother had mental illness, how did she come together and be able to file? Because you have to file paperwork to put your kid. You can't just decide.
Well, they're saying she's bipolar. It means mood swings.
There's some questionable to that. It depends on, like, everything is on a spectrum. But this right here says in the ABC News article, although the sheriff's office said Melodee is homeschooled, a California Department of Education spokesperson said there's no record of Ashlee Buzzard filing an annual private school affidavit, which is required for homeschooling.
So she just basically pulled the kid out of school
and just said she was homeschooling
and said she was homeschooled.
And why did it take that a year to recognize that? Like, why wouldn't somebody instantly catch that?
Well, let's just say she's been out of school for a year. To me, that really don't matter because she's not been missing since October 7th.
Right.
That's the point we need to be concerned with. What transpired leading up to that? It may have something to do with the disappearance of her. But then again, it may not. That's right. True. If this lady is delusional and paranoid and thinks people are out to get her, that's why she's wearing disguises and disguising the child. How do we know she's not involved with some bad people and she's hiding the child from bad people? Now, we've heard of other kids being taken over drug debts and different things. Is this woman on drugs? Is it a situation where hey, say hi to everybody, Lolo. Okay, sit down. Come in, sit down. Get comfortable. That's your spot. All right. Getting on that train. Thank you for getting me on. Thank you guys that have been liking the videos, supporting the channel. That is great. You never know with Dolly. This is one of those cases where I could pop up, right? I could pop up. So we don't know what's going on in this lady's mind. Did she go somewhere and hurt this child? Because I would think if she was going to take this child, she would hurt the child at home.
Right.
Why would she travel 4 states away to unalive a child when she could do that right at home? Is she hiding this child because she believes somebody's out to get her?
Possibly.
Possibility. So at this point right now, I'm still, in my mind, believing that Melodee Buzzard is alive. And, and I'll tell y'all easily, guys, me, I'm quick to jump up here and tell you, hey, these children are gone. Just, like Sebastian Rogers, Summer Wells, Jack and Lily Sullivan. I'll tell you, these kids ain't with us anymore. This child, I feel like there's hope for. That's why we jumped on the case quickly as we could when we heard about it, because the more we get it out there, the more people will know, and the more awareness, the better. Challenge Daily, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Because if she has hid this, we need to start tracking into her relatives. Does she have relatives? Does she have a friend? Does she have an ex-boyfriend? Who could have this child? Did she meet somebody online?
That's what they are probably doing now, is just tracking what they can of her with the car, where she went, where she stopped, and then also probably her socials. This reminds me of a case around here that happened where the girl, it was a young mother, her 2 kids, one was a baby, one was a toddler. She set the house on fire and was missing, and they couldn't find her. But soon enough, they found her on the dot cameras. And she had go to some type of
breaking news tonight,
off-grid reservation to get the kids away from who she thought was out to get them.
Yeah. Now, is this a situation? I don't know. Is this lady is she have any native in her?
It was just an off-grid. This wasn't a native thing, but
okay.
Like with Jack and Lily, the native thing comes up a lot, but this was like she wanted to live off of the grid so nobody could track her.
And I know we hear this a lot. Is this a child that has been sold?
That's scary.
Right. Now that this is a possibility, because
how is she making her money?
How she had the money to rent the car, the house, the everything.
Anything. What does she do for work?
Especially if she's so crazy, like everybody's saying. How is she maintaining everything?
Right.
Well, and what was she burning in the house, in the fireplace?
That's a good question.
What papers are there that that she was allegedly in there, according to the protesters outside, she was burning things in the
And
fireplace.
she's left her garage door open for 48 hours, they said, and it's got just boxes, and it's strange to me. Because I would never want like neighbors driving by, random people driving by, just like being able to look inside of that garage. Like
What
that.
case was it? It was the case just here recently in Canada where the lady had went batshit crazy and dropped her kid off on the side of the road. You remember which?
I remember.
Remember what I'm talking
I
about?
remember. Was that Canada?
Yeah, that was Canada.
Oh.
It was right after the Jack and Lily Sullivan
Yeah, the little
case
girl was found alive in some.
in a field. She had been standing there for 24
and
hours.
she said the mom told her to sit there and wait or something.
Yeah, and the lady was just,
Yeah.
she lost her mind and was going crazy, and she was posting a bunch of random stuff online, and then all of a sudden she drops her baby off in a field, and they arrest her, and then they find the baby. So let's just pray that this is a case. Thank you for covering this case. Thank you, Robin, for being here with us.
Robin.
This is an important one because this baby could still be alive, and time is of the essence. Now she is 9 years old, so most likely she's in
This
the,
little girl is stunning.
yes,
She's
beautiful
absolutely
little
cute as
girl.
can be.
Yeah, with little curls, and it's. Let's just pray to God this ain't a case where this mother's
That
hurting
just
this child,
creeps me
and
out,
she's
yeah.
just hiding this child because she's
Mentally unwell.
mentally unwell. But at the same time, this case is gathering national attention across the country, and whoever has his child got to have a
Should
TV
know
or
by
the
now.
internet should know by now that this
Hey,
child
this
is
isn't my
missing.
child. Let me tell somebody. Yeah.
Yeah, unless it's a case of some predator out there has talked this woman into giving up her child to them, or buying the child, or there's a lot of sex trafficking that goes on in California.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, it's a hub for sex trafficking.
Wow.
And
One of the turtles said maybe she's trying to air out her garage from a scent or an odor.
I don't think so, because I believe the baby was alive when she left,
Right.
because she's at the
She
rental
looked like
place
she was,
with her.
Cared for.
Yeah,
It wasn't neglect signs.
Definitely
other than,
not.
She's hidden in a disguise.
She's in a disguise, but the mother wears disguises too.
So it could be something like to where the kid wants to be like her mama.
I mean, that's a possibility where she just put on a wig because there's a car full of wigs and she's playing dress up, and the disguise has nothing to do with it. But either way, she's still missing. And the mother's not saying where she's at.
And she hasn't. I don't know why they haven't busted down her door. She had 72 hours to produce the child or else, and they haven't come in. Like, I feel like we need to have like a drone over her house at all times to wait for her to get called in. But even then, how do you force somebody to tell you something like that? Like, if she's mentally unwell and doesn't want to and thinks she's protecting this child and just hiding her out somewhere, how do you force her to tell you where this child is?
Well, she could tell you she's hiding the child. I'm hiding the child. I'm not going to give you the child. She's okay, but I'm not telling you where she's at. I mean, you could say that. That's better than not saying nothing.
That's true.
Right? Even if you say, look, there's people out to get us, if that's what she believes in her psychosis, because a lot of times when people do this to their children, they're going through some type of psychosis. Just like I mentioned the lady in Canada, she was going through some type of psychosis. And what do you do when people have mental health problems? Are they really criminals, or are they sick?
They're sick.
They're sick,
They're
right?
sick.
And just like the Amish woman that drove her children into the lake. Remember, the husband jumped in the lake and drowned, and then she drove her child into the lake in the golf cart. I mean, and she's pleading insanity because she was sick. I mean, you can clearly tell this lady didn't have a grip of what was actually going on in reality.
If she actually knew that she did something wrong, she wouldn't have willingly just stood there, like waited for the police to come get her. And because she was detained by viewers that saw her do it.
Yeah.
And if she had thought, hey, I did something bad, she'd run away from
And
it.
her behavior is full Britney. And now we know that's crazy.
That was a long time ago. That's scary. So she's been allowed to have this child for this period of time since going full Britney.
Yeah. When you go full Britney, that's when you got to start worrying about your loved ones, right? When they come over, their head shaved and they're just saying a bunch of crazy stuff that don't make sense. And now we're in this situation. Is this a situation, like I said, did she hide this child? Did she sell this child? Or did she hurt this child? I would say it's most likely she has hid this child or left this child somewhere, okay? And maybe a remote area, maybe a cabin somewhere, And
they have to know where she went in Nebraska, but they're not disclosing that to anybody. So, I mean,
Yeah,
I would
'cause
hope they would have somebody out there searching that direct
all
area.
rental car places are going to
Have a tracker
on the vehicle, just in case you steal a vehicle. I rent vehicles all the time, especially when I travel looking for these missing kids. I'm constantly renting vehicles from like Enterprise, Hertz, and all these things. And all them vehicles are tracked. Not only is it tracked, but your speed's tracked, where you stop at, how long you're there. All these things are tracked on these rental vehicles. And matter of fact, most cars track you these days themselves too. Just your regular vehicles, newer vehicles, not older vehicles, but newer ones do. They have a brain in it that track almost like a black box in an airplane. It basically tracks everything, like Karen Reed's vehicle in the, when she ran over John O'Keefe.
Stopped abruptly. Yeah.
Yeah. So they're able to know these things. So I'm sure that they're wherever she stopped along this journey, they're contacting the local authorities in those areas, trying to get them out looking.
They're plotting
for
out
this
her
child.
destinations she went and where she stopped.
Now it'd be a lot easier because as time goes on, if they don't make an arrest, every day that goes by puts this little girl's life more and more in jeopardy if she is still alive.
We all seen the first 48.
Yeah, the first 48
technically started on the 14th of October.
So we've already been,
it's been
a
at least
week.
10 days.
Yeah, been a week. And
11 days.
They need to take this a little more serious, the police out there, of this missing child, because kids just don't go missing. Right? They just don't vanish.
Nope.
Aliens don't abduct children. That don't happen. So something is going on, and this lady could be connected to bad people. We don't know. Yeah, let's jump into this video from Nancy. Let's get a little more information on it, and then of course we'll discuss it here with you guys.
Tonight, the bizarre disappearance of a little girl, Melodee, just 9 years old. Melodee has not been seen in a year, but only just reported missing. I'm Nancy Grace. This is Crime Stories. I want to thank you for being with us.
They, the reason they're saying that is because by the school.
Yeah.
Little Melodee Buzzard, just 9 years old, lived a quiet life in Santa Barbara with her mother until one day she simply vanished.
Joining us tonight, an all-star panel to make sense of what we know about missing Melodee, 9 years old. Control room, yes, show me her photo. Look at this gorgeous little girl. Look at that smile. Look at that beautiful curly hair. How could she be gone a year and just reported missing? Or was she? Before I go to our panel, I want to go to a special guest joining us tonight. It's Elizabeth Mesa. This is Melodee's aunt. Miss Mesa, thank you so much for being with us.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
I'm so grateful that someone in Melodee's family is speaking out on her behalf. There she is. I recognize that outfit. That's a Dorothy outfit from Wizard of Oz. Must be a little Halloween or a costume party of some sort. Look at this little girl, guys. Have you seen her? Tip line 805-681-4150. Repeat, 805-681-4150. Straight back out to Elizabeth Mesa joining us. This is Melodee's aunt. Miss Mesa, how can this be? I don't understand how a child cannot be seen for a year and only just being reported missing. But is that accurate? Isn't it true Melodee was homeschooled?
Yes, so when we found out last Tuesday, the investigator reached out and was asking questions and about her whereabouts. So to hear that she was missing was completely mind-blowing, and to find out she was homeschooled by the mom, and the last time anybody seen her was a year, and then it turned out to be 2 months ago was the last time that the school had seen her. So the timeline was very sketchy, and mom is not giving any information at all.
Well, technically, last time they were seen was October 7th, this October 7th.
They
So
update that here later on.
14, 15 days ago, this child was seen, okay, wearing a wig with a hoodie on in a rental car place. And guys, real quick, we ain't even got 400 likes and we got almost 800 people in the room. If you could take a second, give this video a like. It helps it in the algorithm, which helps the video get out there, which helps more people see this beautiful little girl, Melodee, that's missing, which is very important to us. So definitely take a second, like the video. It's absolutely free to like it. It don't cost you anything. And then once you do, I want you to shout out in the chat room where you're watching from, okay? So like the video and then let us know where you're watching from. Make sure you do that for us, please. If you want to help spread awareness, that's the best thing we can do is get these videos out here, get her face out there. Hopefully somebody will see her, because I believe this little girl's alive. And I usually don't believe that in these cases. I usually don't. But for some reason, I got a feeling that this little girl, the mother's crazy. She thought somebody was out to get him or something, and she's hid this child somewhere. I truly believe that. So please take a second to like it. And if you could share her picture on your social media platforms, your Facebook, your X, your Twitter. Well, Twitter and X, same thing. Instagram, damn TikTok. I don't care.
Everywhere.
But get her face out there as many places you can, because every day in a missing child case is important. Every minute, not just every day, but every minute is important. And let's pray to God that this story ends with a happy ending and this little girl's recovered.
I feel good about it.
I got a different feeling about this one than I do most. So definitely.
I just sent you a Google Maps link.
And
it said that when you open it and look at the street view, you can actually see her at the front door.
Oh, okay.
I just thought that was cool. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh. Speaking of mom, are you or is anyone within the family in touch with the mom?
So she answered the door for my niece, Karina, which is Melodee's sister on her dad's side. She opened the door and answered very little questions, but as far as anybody else, no, she will not answer anybody. She will not answer the door. She will not answer questions.
Now, what do you mean she answered the door, but she wouldn't answer question?
I know it sounds weird, Nancy, but she stood there very stoic with a very stone look on her face. And my niece asked her, "Where's Melodee? If she's okay." And she said, "Why now? Why now?" And my niece said, "Well, we couldn't get a hold of you. We had no address. We had no phone number." And she said, "Well, there's a reason for that." And my niece just kept asking her, "Is Melodee okay? Are you okay?" And she said, "I hope you and your kids are well." And she shut the door.
So you got nothing out of her. Guys, we're showing you shots of Melodee right now.
She's not even
been missing. We don't know how long.
She's been estranged.
We're not sure. She actually is missing.
Her own family, from what I'm reading in this timeline, I'm trying to gather things. It seems she filed an emancipation request from her own family when she was not young enough to leave the home. So she's requested to be an adult before she was able to be an adult.
So she's done had a rough childhood. She wanted to get out. And now she's
allegedly, from what I see in the forums. I don't know how true all of that is or how accurate it is, but that's just what I'm gathering from trying to read through this forum real quickly.
Sarah says she looked like Curly Sue. Anyone know that movie? Yes, I've seen that movie.
She's just so cute. I can't stand it. I just want to pinch her cheeks.
It's her smile, right? It's her smile. Beautiful child. And like I said, she was alive on the 7th. At the rental place. So that just gives me that, like, she didn't look like she was injured or anything like that. Yeah, so I'm thinking more of this is a case where this mother in her mind thinks somebody's out to get her.
I hope so, that it's not something where she needed money.
And she's hit her. Or it's that situation where she's needed money and she's done, sold this kid to somebody, or illegal adoption. you know, where people just buy a kid, but they don't go through the right legal channels to do it.
But I do know this. Again, guys, with me, family member Elizabeth Mesa joining us. This is her aunt. A staffer at her elementary school realized that Melodee had not been there, or, well, she's homeschooled, but they have these little programs that the homeschooled children take part in, right? And so the school doesn't see her every day like you would a school enrolled.
Perfectly says, you guys always think the worst. No, I'm thinking positive. I think this little girl.
She took her somewhere to give her to someone to adopt or to.
Yeah.
That's
I
not
don't.
the worst.
That's not the worst. Usually I think these children are dead.
But usually when the mother is done that, it would simply have her saying, hey, I took her somewhere safe. Don't worry about it.
And
Not
tell me a
slamming the
time
door.
I've been wrong.
There's not very many times that you've been wrong.
That's what I'm saying. Think about that. My batting average of being right or wrong about these situations is better than most YouTube psychics.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I have a good feeling, guys. I have a good feeling that this child is alive, right? So for me to say that.
And the only reason that I've gone to the selling child avenue is because the relatives actually mentioned that. So that was my only thought process of that. But clearly the girl was with her on the 7th. She came back, returned the vehicle on the 10th, and the girl was not with her. So something happened somewhere.
Do we know their nationality?
The father looks to be Hispanic. Mm-hmm.
Right? And
I sent you a picture of the father.
The mother, she kind of looks white.
She's white.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So I would say the child is a mix between white and Hispanic,
mm-hmm.
white and Hispanic.
Yes.
A child enrolled in regular school.
Mm-hmm.
But when Melodee had missed several of these get-togethers with the homeschool children, you know, like field trips to the planetarium.
Definitely wrong about Karen Reed, but no one bats $1,000. No,
we can agree to disagree. She's guilty, but didn't get charged for it.
Yeah,
I'm not even gonna have that conversation right now.
Yeah,
Don't
I
get
was.
off track.
Yeah, we ain't gonna have that. But Karen Reed did it. She just got away with it. She's an O.J. Simpson.
The zoo. The staffers at the elementary school got concerned, and that is when it all came bubbling up. So to you, Miss Mesa, again, thank you for being with us, because we've tried really hard to get in touch with family members. When did you first realize Melodee was missing?
So we first realized or found out last Tuesday. I believe that was the 14th, when the CWS investigator called me asking if I know her whereabouts. And I had asked him, is my niece okay? And he told me, I can't answer that because it's an open investigation. And he said, we're just looking for her whereabouts. And I gave him all the information that I knew, and I let him know that the last time physically we seen her, the family, was about 4.5 years ago when her mom brought her to my mother-in-law's house for us to see her. And at that time, Nancy, she was acting very strange. She had shaved her head down. I mean, she had like a buzz cut, and she had a hoodie on. The mom, Ashlee, did. And she was acting very strange. And my mother-in-law had told her, if you want to leave her here, she could stay here, because she was playing with my kids. And Ashlee looked and she said, I can't do this. And she grabbed her and they left. And that was the last time that we seen her.
And isn't it true, Miss Mesa, you guys have a really big family, a big loving family, and everybody wants to take care of Melodee, but the mom wouldn't let you.
Yes, that's correct. My husband, his family is very large. I mean, and so loving and opening. And Karina is her sister, like I said, on her dad's side. Her dad passed away 9 years ago in a tragic motorcycle accident. And she's always wanted a relationship.
Are you talking about
with her
Rubiel?
sister. Yes, my brother-in-law, Rubiel.
Melodee's dad, Rubiel, died in a motorcycle crash.
Oh, for the train.
And that was 2016.
Whole is a block word.
So it's just her and the mom. Now, was Melodee always homeschooled?
One of the words is frowned upon by YouTube. It just doesn't.
We just found that out.
And coal is one of the words. That's weird.
Coal is a block word. Can you believe it? I wonder
Because that's
why.
something YouTube does.
I don't know.
Because I tried to say something and it would not let me super chat it. So I like tried to rewrite it. I tried
And then
to
it did?
it didn't for a while, and then I finally just took the word out and it did it.
Yeah. Well, if it's a
But
block
it was like a ASS or
here
something
we
where-
block all racial stuff.
Of course.
Anything that's homophobic, we
Yeah,
block.
but coal is something you put on the grill.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah. So we try to keep our chat room clean and
Mm-hmm.
family friendly because we discuss true crime cases. You never know, some of the family could be in the chat room tonight.
Yeah.
We usually, when we cover cases, we always find that the family ends up showing up. So when we talk about these cases, we want people in the chat room to be respectful because you never know what family member.
Thank you, Vincent.
Thank you, Vincent.
Make sure you tell him thank you.
Thank-
You got a membership.
Definitely thank them. We try to keep everything clean. Now, I don't know why Cole would be blocked.
But sometimes it's YouTube that does it.
Yeah, sometimes it's
weird.
YouTube and it's not us. But we do have a list of block words.
I'm pretty sure Karen Reed's up there.
Karen Reed might be one of our block words. She can't. Somebody said Karen Reed.
But Karen Reed?
Yeah.
I thought I saw KR.
Oh no, I thought it
I
said
saw
Karen
KR.
Reed. We block some of the controversial stuff, or when people come in here and they try to throw us off topic,
Yeah.
or they name channels that we don't support. We block those channels. We block certain homophobic slurs.
All of the homophobic slurs are in there.
We block cuss words.
Yeah. Anything
So-
that sounds like a cuss word.
Yeah, anything.
I think fiddler's up there. Like just ridiculous words that
Like
are just,
anything you can say to be hateful, we tend to block here, so you can't. And we keep it clean. And we rather see it classy than trashy.
Yes.
Nancy, we had no contact with her. Like I said, the last time we were informed that she was removed from the mother's care, and we all tried to, get her, she could be with me, she could be with, whoever they would allow her to be. And then she was finally able to be placed with my brother-in-law and sister-in-law, and they had her for quite some time. I don't know exactly how long. And then the state came back and they removed her, and they told us that she was going to be adopted by the family that had her before, or something like that. It was just so off. They wouldn't give information either. And then we didn't hear from her again.
But she was not
that
adopted.
was it.
Hold on just a moment. Joining me right now is Sydney Sumner, Crime Stories investigative reporter. Now, let me understand, Sydney. She was going to certain classes at the elementary school, but I also have, that would be Buena Vista, but I also have information that she had been homeschooled, but would go to optional in-person classes and activities. Can you clear it up very quickly, Sydney?
Right. So this is all from the same school district, the Lompoc Unified School District. So Melodee was enrolled at Buena Vista Elementary for a year, first grade, and then the year after that, she was then enrolled in this independent study, a homeschool program through the Mission Valley Independent Study Program. So this is backed by the school district, and this is what she's been in for the last 2 years. So she was enrolled 2 years ago for the 24 to 25 school year, and that newest sighting that we've just heard about, she re-enrolled in that program in August, and the administrator who enrolled her in that program again saw Melodee in August when they enrolled for this homeschool program.
So if the administrator saw Melodee at the beginning of August, we've now narrowed the gap to August, September, October. 3 months. 3 months. But according to others, she has not been seen by anyone else for a year, but she did show up according to the school administrator. Straight back out to Melodee's aunt, Elizabeth Meza. What was Melodee's demeanor when you last saw her?
She was like,
last time we seen her, she was so happy. She was playful. She was just so excited to be around family, and she was just smiling and just so excited. It was great to have her around, and her beautiful smile just lit up the room, and she was just, a happy, loving child.
Now, we've been told that Melodee was kind of passed off to live with a friend, but no one can confirm whether that's true or not. Do you know anything about that, Miss Mesa?
Yeah, that's what we were told, that she was with a friend, but we can't get any information on what friend. You know, the mom didn't have much friends when I knew her, when she was living with my mother-in-law. She never mentioned any friends. She had a daughter that was taken away and given to the father. And I mean, she just had us, and that was it. She has a mom that...
Wait, are you telling me Melodee's mother has had another child taken away?
Yes, another daughter was taken away and given to the father to be raised.
Okay, so was the other child taken away by the state, or was she taken away, just given away to the family?
No, to my knowledge, from what Ashlee had told me when I was talking to her, is that the state took her and gave her to the father. She was removed from her custody.
Wow. Okay, was that a different dad? Was that Rubiel or a different dad?
No, that's a different dad. Yeah, that's a different dad.
Gotcha. Because I know Rubiel passed away in 2016. One other question. Is it true that Melodee's mom crashed her car with Melodee in the car?
Yes, she sure did.
And so here's this little girl alone with a mom who, according to some sources, intentionally crashed her car with the baby in it. Do you think that car crash was intentional?
Oh, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. She was very erratic and just emotional. And yeah, she crashed it on purpose.
Where is Melodee tonight? What is your message if she can hear you, Elizabeth?
Melodee, just want to let her know that we love her. She has a lot of family, aunts, uncles, cousins, grandma, sister, that we love her, and we just want her home. And she is loved, and it is okay, and we just want her home safe.
Definitely.
Hi, guys. The Fed has finally dropped interest rates, and that is great news for all American homeowners. Wages are...
Okay. So how do they know that she purposely crashed the car? I mean, that's opinion.
Be more to it.
Yeah, there's probably got to be more to that story than what they're saying. But they're saying she don't have a lot of friends. She don't have a lot of family.
Right.
Who could she have left this kid with? And let's just say she left Melanie by herself at 9 years old. How much could you take care of yourself at 9? I mean, if you had food.
It depends.
And where your location.
And what your mental stability is. Like, some 9-year-olds are pretty grown for their age, and then some are just still like 5-year-olds. Depends. I know girls mature faster than boys. It could be,
Miss Margaret asked, do we think that the mother is on drugs? It's hard to say. It's hard to say. Whatever she's doing, her behavior is erratic. And a lot of times when we see erratic behavior, it's because of drugs.
Financing.net/Nancy, and good luck.
Melodee had no longer attended elementary school, but was homeschooled by her mother in Lompoc, California. But concerns escalated when her former school alerted authorities, flagging a prolonged and unexplained absence.
A road trip odyssey. Mommy taking little Melodee on a 1,500-mile road trip. Going where? Why? Where did they stop? Now investigators will have to follow that route, if they can ascertain it, to look for Melodee. Tonight, where is this little girl? According to some reports, she has not been seen since she was a little over 7 years old.
Okay, but we know she has been seen October 7th. And Army Mom says she looks well cared and happy. Where's the baby? I would say
she looked well cared for.
She did look well cared for. That's what makes me think she's alive.
Me too.
And this lady is reached out to somebody, and maybe she's paranoid that the family's trying to take the baby,
It's something.
And so she wants to hide her.
The only issue is that she's not saying,
Because she heard them say they wanted the baby.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
just leave her here. Just leave her here. And that's the dad side of the family. So maybe in her mental psychosis, she thinks, well, they want the baby.
Yeah.
They're going to take my baby. They're not going to get my child. And then she hides the child because you hear them saying they wanted the baby. The other sister wanted the baby. And if you got mental health problems and you just know they want your baby, that could be the reason to hide the baby.
Right.
Right. And I feel like this is a situation where she drove 1,500 miles. She had to do that straight, drive straight
How's
there.
that even possible for one person?
And drive back. I mean, what about that woman that wore the baby diapers, drove across the country, killed her husband or boyfriend, and then drove back?
Yeah. We talked about this the other time I was up here, and somebody said who it was, and I forgot that fast who it was. It was like an astronaut lady, I think.
Yeah, or her husband worked for NASA or something.
Yeah, something like that.
It was something to do with NASA, but the lady put on baby diapers, and she drove nonstop.
Yeah,
she didn't even stop to use the bathroom.
Most normal people have to take a nap every now and then. But I mean, this was within 3 days. I don't know how you.
Well, you figure the average person can stay up
for 3 days,
for 24 hours at least, a day and a half. So day and a half, you could be halfway across the country in a day and a half. Is that her name, Lisa? I'm not for sure, lady.
Yes,
I'm not for sure.
That's her name. Thank you.
Didn't kill anyone. Okay, she didn't kill anyone. I think she did.
Hold on, I'm gonna look it up because now I'm curious.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is people can drive a long way in one day. I mean, it sounds outrageous, but people can do it when they have their mind in a weird state. Look at us. We drove right back from Florida like it was nothing.
Oh, I know. But I mean, we have two of us. You slept a while. I slept a while.
But I drove.
At the very end, you drove like the 12 hour. You did.
I drove the whole way back from Florida.
Yeah, I remember.
The whole trip. 12 straight hours I drove back. So, I mean, and I could have drove more. So, I mean, some people can drive. They get in the zone, and as long as I'm not tired, I can drive until I'm sleepy.
Where is Melodee? Please help us find this girl. We just spoke to her aunt, and the news is distressing. This child has been homeschooled through Mission Valley Independent School Program. But the problem with that in this case is that she began missing the optional visits, the in-person classes and activities. Where is she? Why did the school have to report her missing? But tonight, where is Melodee? Listen.
Buena Vista Elementary School alerts authorities Melodee Buzzard has not been seen for some time, causing concern.
Okay, so we want to address that. The
Lisa Nowak drove 900 miles nonstop wearing adult diapers to confront her ex-boyfriend's new girlfriend. Armed with a BB gun and trash bags, she attacked the woman in a parking lot, but was arrested before she could cause serious harm.
That's Stalker 101 right there. 900 miles wearing baby. I knew it was something like that. I thought her boyfriend was an astronaut. I knew it had something to do with NASA and baby diapers.
I did too. She's the astronaut.
Yeah, she was an astronaut. Definitely a knot.
That's wild.
Okay. Good Lord. Let her colonize Mars.
Go to a different planet.
Among staff, Melodee enrolled in a homeschool program that also hosts optional in-person classes and activities. The last time anyone saw Melodee at one of those events was more than a year ago.
Joining us tonight, special guest Raquel Zick, PIO, Public Information Officer, Santa Barbara County Sheriff's. Raquel, thank you for being with us. Raquel, what's the latest?
So what investigators are sharing today is that they've located information that shows that Ashlee was with Melodee as recently as October 7th.
Yep.
And that they may have driven from the Lompoc area as far as the state of Nebraska. We understand that she had rented a vehicle, a white Chevy Malibu, and we are providing that license plate information to the public in case anybody saw Melodee or Ashlee together in that vehicle. We do also want to point out that it is a rental car and that is no longer in Ashlee's possession. We know that the trip was from Lompoc to around the Nebraska area. We're not sure, that where Melodee may or may not have been along portions of that trip. But we do know that that's where the trip started, extended to, and then returned back to Lompoc. We are seeing a lot of people that are showing up at the residence, especially people who are kind of concerned, wanting to conduct their own searches and their own investigations. And we really want to encourage the public to just kind of share information with law enforcement as opposed to conducting your own investigation, and just kind of warn that, that some of this stuff could possibly impede our investigation or interfere. And we know that the public is very adamant and passionate about helping to locate Melodee, and we very much appreciate that. But we're, again, encouraging people not to have that result in a community-led investigation.
My thing with this is, let me address, because I'm the perfect person to address this situation right here. If the police would do their job and make an arrest and hold her till she either tells where the baby is.
What can they hold her on, though? It's not Virginia.
Child neglect.
I'd say, but yeah, I don't know why these other states don't seem to go by the same laws.
Felony child neglect, no bond.
Yeah.
You want a bond? You tell us where the damn child's at. I mean, we need to fix these laws.
We do.
Right? We need to fix this. I mean, Dolly law needs to go into effect. You don't tell us where your kid is. You sit in jail till we find it.
Yeah.
I mean, Dolly law started as a, us joking around, but this law needs to be in effect.
Yeah.
You don't know where your damn kid is. I'll tell you what, we got a place for you until you do.
Sit and think about it.
And you can sit and think about where your kid is at. Dolly law needs to, I don't even care if you name it Dolly law. It can be named any law. You can name it the Melanie law. But somebody needs to do something to change these laws where when these parents act like, well, I don't know where my fucking kid is at. Something's done about it. And the people ain't going to stop showing up in front of that house. It's only going to get wilder and crazier out there, just like it did in Georgia, just like it did in Calabazan where I was there. This is going to grow. And if the police, they give an ultimatum 3 days, or you're going to, to turn up this kid, and she don't do it, and then they don't do nothing.
Right. That's the part that's like when you punish your kid and tell them they'll get grounded or get a spanking, and then
the difference though. They gave her 3 days. That 3 days could be life or death for that child. I wouldn't have gave her 3 minutes. I'd have been like, bitch, put your hands behind your back. Get in that damn cop car. We're going down to the station, and you're going to sit here with us in this room until you tell us where this damn baby's at. You know where she's at. I promise you, bitch, you will never get out of jail. You let something happen to this child, you will never get out. You're going to tell us where this child is at. What happened with being firm with people?
We turned into snowflakes, man. I don't know.
I break out the phone books and beat this woman upside the head. I don't care what That's right. Like, look, we look at this like our country's so peaceful and shit. But what did we do to terrorists? We took them to Cuba so we could torture them. Right? Because America, we can't torture you in America, but we can torture you in Cuba. Fly her ass to Cuba. Fly her to Guantanamo Bay and let them.
It shouldn't be that difficult. Where's your child? Answer it. Or else, it's wild to me.
I mean, listen, terrorism is probably worse than.
It's a lot worse
than a missing child, but hurting your child is right under that. Terrorism, murdering your child, I guarantee you, they're neck and neck. The worst crimes you can humanly commit on this planet, right? So, yeah, they need Dolly law. Just let me take her in a room and not prosecute me. I guarantee you, in 5 minutes, I'd walk out and tell you where that baby was at.
I don't know about 5 minutes, but I mean, I'm sure
5 minutes. I've watched every Hostel movie. You ever seen Hostel?
Don't be gross. We don't want to go there.
I would know where that baby was at within 5 minutes. Give me one blowtorch in 5 minutes, and I guarantee you, when I come out, I'll be like, this baby is right there. They're not scared of the laws in California. There's no death penalty.
Laws in many places.
Like, we seen that in Emmanuel Horror. People are just breaking the law out there like they didn't give a shit. They didn't care about the police. They're walking up on the property,
the house at one
climbing on the house. I mean, they didn't care about going to jail. I mean, they got a whole catch and release thing. If you don't, you gotta murder 10 people to go to jail in California. It's insane.
Raquel, what is Santa Barbara Sheriff's doing to find Melodee?
Detectives did already conduct a thorough search of the family's residence, and that was before we issued the initial press release. So we've already been through the residence. As a result of that search, we are continuing a search for a missing person. This is not a homicide case. The hope and the goal is that we find Melodee alive and that we can ensure her safety.
Joining me now, an all-star panel to make sense of what we have just learned, to Dr. Bethany Marshall, a psychoanalyst out of LA, author of Deal Breaker. You can see her on Peacock and find her at drbethanymarshall.com. Dr. Bethany, here's my concern. If the mom allegedly crashed her car intentionally with the child in it, that's a concern. Why is the child still there? How many times is it going to happen where the child stays in a home where there is a danger and then the child goes missing and we can't find her? I mean, what do you make of it, Dr. Bethany?
I got to write me.
Not only that, but apparently the child was placed in another loving family home, relatives' homes, but then was taken back out again. And what is that all about? The fact that a family member knocked on the door and then the mother said, "Why are you here just now?" or something to that effect, tells me just how sort of self-referential and self-centered the mother is.
543. It's been updated, but still 543 likes and 920 in here.
Okay, we got 920 in the room with us, and we only got 500 likes. Guys, when you like this video, the algorithm picks up these stories. More people see it. The more people that see it, the more people that are aware of what is going on in this case. And you never know. Your like could be the like that pushes it forward, and somebody sees it that seen this baby. So take a second, like the video, okay? Now, when we're doing other stuff, I don't like the video. But when it's important, guys, please just take a second, like the video. It's absolutely free. It don't cost you anything. And listen, when you put good into this world, you'll get good back. And I promise you that. I give you a guarantee of that. Put good stuff out into the world, and good stuff will come back to you. And helping find this kid, bringing awareness for this kid is something really good. Okay?
In our own world. It makes me wonder about impulsivity, aggression. To me, Nancy, what is most important in all of this is the mother's lack of empathy towards the missing child.
Well, following up on what you're saying, Dr. Bethany Marshall, the aunt and the niece have tried to speak to her. The Santa Barbara sheriffs have tried to speak with her, and she won't talk about the child. I mean, come on, Dr. Bethany, you have to tell me to stop talking about the twins. And that's the way it is with most moms that I know. But when you can't get the mom to say anything about the child, that's a concern.
Think about what moms do for their kids. Not only do they talk about them, they show pictures of them, they dress them up, they take them to play dates, but they foster relationships between their child and other family members. I always think of that as a primary role of a mother, or as a parent, dads too. And so when this little girl is at grandma's house playing with her cousins, and then the mother snatches her and takes her away, this is a mother who either wanted the child all to herself, didn't want to share, or didn't want this little girl to give out information to the other kids.
Many people, many agencies trying to find out where is Melodee.
We haven't seen her in over 4 years due to the mother not allowing the family to see her.
Santa Barbara sheriffs attempt a welfare check but find no one at Ashlee Buzzard's home on Mars Avenue, Vandenberg Village. Officers returned the next day, finally making contact with Melodee's mom. Melodee is not at home, and according to sheriffs, Buzzard cannot provide a clear explanation of Melodee's whereabouts.
Joining me, investigative reporter
out
of L.A. with Crime Online.
Usually when the kids, I go, well, she's with an aunt and she'll be back in a couple weeks. Or my friend, she's with the babysitter and the babysitter ran off with her. We've heard that one. Yeah, like Kaylee, right? So no explanation. Where's the baby? I'm not telling you.
Did she even say that much?
I mean, she's given no explanation. They have no clue to where this baby's at.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, just wow.
And it's already picking up so much national steam, which is a good thing, because when these things happen, like I said, every minute, every second matters in Melanie's life.
Yeah.
And her life is this is a beautiful little girl. Like, imagine if this was your daughter or one of your family members and this was going on. It's like, holy shit. The urgency is super urgent that they be on top of this. And listen, we got to give the police a chance. I've learned that in Georgia. But this whole letting people sit free on the street, all it does is create chaos, right? And like I said, right now, there ain't much chaos outside that house, but it's going to grow.
It's growing.
Right? It's going to grow. And is this going to be one of those cases where I'm on a fucking airplane to California and we're watching here live them go to jail like we did?
I mean, I would hope that they would pick her up on Monday due to the fact that it's been 3 days. And if you say something like, hey, if you don't produce this child within 3 days or we're going to arrest you, you should do it.
But what if they arrest her? This is the bad thing about this. They arrest her. They don't have much to charge her on. They catch and release in California. She lawyers up and says nothing.
Then we could spend forever looking for this child.
I mean that's the scary.
I'm hoping that they have some trace of where exactly she went. Maybe she's got relatives in Nebraska. I mean, they've got to have some type of lead somewhere that they're going to go on. But as we see some of these cases, they just, like, the kid vanishes.
Yeah.
It's scary.
.com, Alexis Terezchuk. Alexis, this is giving me a horrible flashback. That sound you just heard from our friends at KSBY. Listen, Alexis.
On November 26, 2019, police go to Lori Vallow's Rexburg townhome to conduct a welfare check on her son, JJ Vallow.
Wow.
JJ's grandparents, Kay and Larry Woodcock, are concerned as they have not heard from JJ in months. Vallow tells the officers JJ is safe in Arizona, staying with a friend, Melanie Gibbs, who also has a son with autism. The next day, police returned to serve a warrant and discovered that Vallow and Chad Daybell moved out and left town. Melanie Gibbs later contacts police to tell them JJ was never with her.
That lady was a nutbag right there.
You and I lived through the cult mom, Lori Vallow saga, the debacle.
You know, believe it or not, Lori Vallow may have, if she would have put her life together, she may have been a decent attorney. I mean, I watched her.
Sounds like
I watched her represent herself. I mean, she was no Ted Bundy, but she may have made a decent attorney.
I don't agree. She just
where the children were missing, and I know you recall us following Nate Eaton from IdahoNews.com, chasing Lori Vallow to the ends of the earth, trying to find the children. At that point, we could see his hand in the picture, and he was yelling, "Where are the children?" Where she had followed her to Hawaii. Remember that? And when they first started looking for JJ and Tylee, they went back they couldn't get a good answer. They went back with a warrant the next day, and cult mom Lori Vallow had cleared out.
What?
Court records reviewed by SF Gate, I think that's Sheriff Department, show Ashlee Buzzard is in the midst of several civil cases with creditors who allege Buzzard has several unpaid debts.
Yes.
That's what I was afraid of.
Yeah, that she owes a bunch of people money, and this may be something to do with money. Oh my God, Dolly, you get a phone call from Idaho soon. Don't answer. Why would I get a phone call from Idaho?
I don't have a clue.
Kohlberger call and collect. Her being in debt, that's a scary situation, because that's what we don't want to happen, is it be a situation
She
where
needed money so bad she sold her kid.
that she sold the kid.
And one of the family members says it. So, I mean, that I don't like that. But
I mean, I always thought it was hard to sell a kid, but apparently it's not as hard to sell a kid as you think it is.
I don't know.
And the children were dead. They had been dead.
And I think that's what everybody is fearing here, because when the mom, and all the cases that you and I have covered, when the parent has lost a child has been taken, they're missing, they immediately call the police. They do everything they can to help find her. They start Facebook pages. They ask anybody that's ever known her to share anything.
Not if you're Katie and Chris Proudfoot. Not if you're Jack and Lily Sullivan's parents. What's her name? Daniel and Malaya Brooks. Not if you're Don and Candace Wells. Not if you're a lot of these families.
Angela said that's what I said earlier, PJ. She filed bankruptcy and so many different creditors. That's not good.
But is that enough to sell your kid? You know, what are they going to do? Just take everything you got?
That is not happening here. Melodee's mom is not sharing any information about her. And as her relative said, she's not even answering the door. She won't let people in. If your child was missing, you'd invite people in. You'd say, look, here's her toy. Is there a dog that could, follow her scent somewhere around our house? None of that is happening here. She is not doing anything to share any information about her daughter.
Lori, Nate Eaton with East Idaho News. Can you tell me where your kids are? Where are your kids? No comment? They've been missing for 4 months. You have nothing to say? You're over here in Hawaii? Where are your children?
JJ was not seen again until June 9th of 2020 when he...
That's a good news reporter. Mm-hmm. A lot of these news reporter people out here, they're scared to ask tough stuff like that. He's straight up like, where's your baby? Where's your baby? No bullshitting with her. No trying to befriend her. No, none of that. Just where's the damn baby? Where's your kids at? It's been 4 months, woman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what these reporters should be like.
Yeah.
I agree. That's a great reporter.
He was also found in a shallow grave on the defendant's property. JJ was found wrapped in garbage bags with duct tape around him. He had duct tape around his head. He had duct tape around his arms, taping them into a position like this. That's how the defendant's little boy was found.
First, that was from East Idaho News, and that was Prosecutor Lindsay A. Blake in her opening statement in the case against cult mom Lori Vallow. Again, joining us an all-star panel in addition to Alexis Tereszchuk and little Melodee's aunt. To Rhonda DeCare joining us. You know her well. She's the founder of Missing in Action Network. It's an advocacy program for families of missing people, and she has conducted many, many searches for missing children. Rhonda, thank you for being with us. It's never good when mommy won't say where the baby is.
Right, it isn't. We've seen it too many times. And other people having to report your child missing, it doesn't ever end up good.
In this case, I'm trying to figure out to Bill Garcia, owner of Bill Garcia Investigative Services, where we need to go with this. Bill, what now? I'd start with a search warrant of mommy's place. That's the first place I'd start.
Well, I happened to be on the ground over the last couple of days, trying to get acclimated to the area and to learn any possible leads. And I did canvass the neighborhood. I spoke to a neighbor who had firsthand experience at actually seeing the child, she claims, within the last 30 days. Law enforcement has that information. They have their security camera footage from that time period, as long as others. One thing I found is there's a lot of security cameras in that area. This particular witness to seeing the child has 2 different security systems, and they actually shine right onto the neighbors on Ashlee's property. So my suspicion right now, the most important information is that camera footage, because that would indicate when she was last seen, whether she was seen taken in the vehicle or not. I also learned some other items that were kind of disturbing. For instance, they spent a lot of time at home, no visitors. Apparently, according to this witness, Ashlee did not have a vehicle, and the vehicle that was last seen was actually a rental vehicle. So that's another important clue to follow, because now law enforcement can get a search warrant for that vehicle so that they can track GPS as they can with telephones. And license plate reader cameras. There's not really
Hey,
any
Bill,
indication.
Bill, got a question
ahead.
for you. You stated that
Go
she
ahead.
doesn't have a car, and the last car that she did have was a rental car. How long ago was that?
That was within the week. Apparently, she returned it on either Thursday or Friday. There's also a possibility it may have been taken and impounded for evidence.
I would hope so.
Or to search for evidence.
Of course.
But we don't know when she actually obtained it. But
You sure there's no
she has
glove?
not had a vehicle
Yeah.
in quite some time, according to a neighbor.
Well, right there, that's a very strong lead, Bill Garcia, because unlike, a lot of cars, we never know if there's a nav system in them, a satellite system. But if you've got a rental car, then we know there's going to be a nav system in there.
Correct.
I'm just trying to figure out about this, as you said, a potential sighting within the last 30 days. Tell me about that.
Basically, the witness is a very close neighbor. She didn't want to go on camera. She didn't want to have her name used, but she has been in contact with law enforcement. She says some disturbing things. For instance, when Ashlee would come out of the house to go to the garage, because there is no interior door from the house into the garage, Ashlee would come out the front door. She would lock the security door behind her, go into the garage, do whatever she was going to do, laundry or what have you, and then walk back into the house, having to unlock the door, indicating that the child was actually in the house the entire time. And this happens numerous times.
See, the locking the door, it's like she's trying to protect the child from something. Maybe something that don't exist.
Who knows? But
Whatever's
she's
in her mind.
Definitely.
It seems like if she's going out the door and locking the door, going in the garage, washing clothes, going back and unlocking the house to go in.
She's protecting that child. She's not hurting the child.
Either she's imprisoning the child, or she's thinking in her mind she's protecting the child and she don't want nobody to get the child while she's in the garage.
Right. It's right.
So I think she thinks somebody's out to get her.
Right.
And is it possible that somebody could be out to get them?
I don't know. She doesn't seem to have any close associations with hardly anybody. So
and if somebody was out to get you, wouldn't you tell the police?
Right. That would be the first thing. I took her somewhere away from the person who's trying to get her.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
because I'm thinking she thinks in her mind that the family's trying to take the baby from her.
and I actually agree with that because when I was reading some of this thread still, there was a relative that had filed to adopt the baby, and she picked up, and I don't know when this was, but she had allegedly picked up and moved.
You see what I'm saying?
Throughout this entire time of her having this child, it does seem like she may have had
the family. When the father died, the rest of the family tried to gain custody of the child
from his side,
and then
right.
she cut them off
because she's already lost one daughter to the system. They've already taken one
daughter,
from
right?
her.
And she don't want to lose
So
her
I
kid,
right? So I could see in her mind where she instantly, from that point, would think somebody's out to get me and my daughter and take my daughter from
so
me.
she has a friend somewhere.
Something.
She has
There's
an ally somewhere that's holding this little
Mhm.
girl, and so
And that's why the aunt said we were told that she dropped the baby with a friend, or the baby's with a friend.
and it's not against the law to hide your kid.
No, but you can say like, oh, she's with a friend, or like something. She's acting like she doesn't have to answer, and I mean, I think it's going to come full.
So she has the right to remain. So she ain't been charged with. You don't owe anybody an explanation for anything in this world, really. If you think
That's
about
true,
it, technically, right? Like I ain't got to answer your questions. Am I charged with something? Right, and it ain't against the law to hide your child. I just got a feeling that she's hid this child.
Yeah,
she's hid it to keep it away from the family because she thinks that family's out to get her. That's what I'm thinking right now.
Other things that were interesting is no yelling, no loud noises, no visitors, had their food or the groceries delivered by Walmart directly to the home. What concerns me the most right now is that law enforcement needs to be on top of these devices. to be able to track where she has been.
And we know
since she didn't have her own vehicle, there's going to be limited times when she had a rental vehicle. So it will be somewhat easier to track those periods, as well as her telephone if she had it active or with her. Yesterday, when I tried to contact Ashlee, the neighbor who I had been talking to extensively said, "Oh, she's there."
Well, there's some confusion, Tilo, about is the child being homeschooled or not homeschooled, right? And yeah, it is against the law not to send your kid to school, but how many people enforce it? How many people force that law? There's so many teenagers that don't go to school.
Yeah, I think that if you get in the right person's eyesight, though, they do enforce it. But if you're saying, hey, the kid is being homeschooled, you do have your right to
homeschool your child.
Your kid.
And you don't got to tell people where you sent your child. You know, if the police came up the door right now and said, "Well, Dolly, where's your kid?" I ain't got to tell you shit. If I broke a law, why are you at my door?
Well, truancy for kids that don't go to school.
I mean, I get it.
I don't know.
But California don't prosecute on murder.
I know.
What do you think? They worried about truancy? They don't put you in jail for serious shit. You can walk in a store and steal, walk right out the store, and they don't even charge you.
See, Crab Ragoon said in Oklahoma, they go after parents after 10 days absent. I know for a fact that if Ava had 10 absences, they sent me a thing because it was when she started her monthly stuff and she was starting to get cramps, so she stayed home every now and then, and they tried to tell me that it was coming up to the 10 days, and I'm like, I can't help it, she doesn't feel well, like, you know, what do you want me to do? And so it was not quite 10 days and everything was fine, but they definitely did try to enforce that 10 days.
But we live in where
people actually get prosecuted for
where
stuff.
people get prosecuted. They live where people don't get prosecuted.
Yeah.
And as I walked up to the house, I noticed that the garage door was open. The neighbor said that garage doors have been open for the last 3 days. There's numerous boxes throughout the garage that appear to be open and in disarray, according to the neighbor that was searched by law enforcement. But she has not been seen in the last 3 days. And this is by a neighbor that I believe is keeping a close eye on the situation. So without getting some kind of direct indication from Ashlee of where Melodee should be, it's going to be much more difficult. But again, law enforcement needs to get on top of those devices and get some kind of a timeline.
Okay, Bill, question. You stated that there is a potential sighting in the last 3 days. Is that what you said?
30 days, in the last 30 days.
30. Okay, I heard 30 on one occasion and 3 on another occasion. When she was spotted 30 days ago, are we sure it was her? What was she doing and where was she?
She would have been in the front yard, according to the neighbor. The neighbor's not sure if they actually left in the rental vehicle, but they would have had a vehicle, not unsure if it was that same rental vehicle or a different one. So she was seen in the front yard. According to this neighbor, the child was rarely seen outdoors when she was.
And we got to remember, some of these pictures they're showing her when she was a lot younger.
Mm-hmm.
She's 9 years old now. You see in the video of her at the thing, she's a lot skinnier.
Mm-hmm.
She's a lot taller.
She lost some of the baby.
The
fat.
baby weight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. That's more, that picture you're seeing right there is her younger. That ain't her at 9 years old.
She was with her mother. She didn't seem to play with any of the neighborhood kids, didn't seem to have any kind of reaction with anybody outside of her mother.
She has a beautiful smile. She's very, very friendly, very loving, very welcoming. She loved to be around her family.
Melodee Buzzard is just 6 months old when her father passes away in a car crash. Melodee is described as a very sweet and loving little girl who loves spending time with her cousins and flashing her beautiful smile. Melodee's father's family hasn't seen the little girl in years.
American homeowners, the FBI has been warning about a type of real estate fraud. Their $1 million triple lock protection money into your home.
For work. When officers arrived at their home, they discovered Melodee hadn't been seen or heard from in a year.
Joining us tonight, high-profile lawyer Lauren Johnson Norris, defense attorney specializing in juvenile and CPS cases. Lauren, thank you for being with us. Lauren, when you are homeschooling a child, doesn't the state have some duty to keep up with what's happening?
Absolutely. Not only does the school have an obligation to make sure that the right paperwork is filed and that the child is participating in the curriculum, but if this was a CPS supervised case, that court needs to know that that child is receiving the educational needs and their rights are being protected by their parents. So all of this should have been supervised by government. It just should have been monitored.
I'm just thinking about this program that the school offers, and that is, I'm sure you're familiar with it, Lauren Johnson Norris. Homeschool children have optional opportunities to go on trips with the school, participate in certain classes at the school. And it seems that she was doing that a year ago, but then kind of fell out. And I'm trying to understand how carefully the state monitors homeschool children. For instance, the Turpin family. Remember all the Turpin children? I think there were 9 of them.
What about this? What if she knew the school was going to come after her for not showing up to all that stuff?
Right.
And she was scared they were going to take the kid, and she
That's
hid
possible.
the kid.
That's very possible.
I'm just trying to think of reasons she would want to hide her child. The family trying to take the child would be one. The school coming after her for her not keeping her in an agreement on the homeschooling, coming after her. And maybe they had been contacting or trying to contact her by phone. And then that's when she rented the car and got the kid out of there. And maybe her plan is to move to where the kid is at. That's why we got stuff boxed up in the garage.
Right. That's a possibility.
Anybody think about that?
And outwardly, they would be photoed in matching T-shirts and at events. But at home, they were starved and beaten and locked in their room and tortured. They were actually handcuffed, and they were homeschooled.
People.
So exactly what is the state supposed to be doing to monitor these children who are just home alone with mom?
Well, I think that it depends because first, if there is an open case, then there are social workers and there are attorneys and there's a judge who's supervising the entire situation. Those social workers are supposed to check in on a monthly basis when a child is placed with their parent. And they are supposed to be fully investigating, checking into the home and reporting back to a judge what is occurring. What we don't know here is whether there was an open case or not. But I assure you that law enforcement is filing what it needs to do to open any case that has existed for this child with this parent to get the background and find out what's going on. If the case is closed and a parent just has their legal right to parent and make educational decisions, then no one else is going to keep a close eye except the school. And it appears that this school, I mean, fortunately, somebody brought something forward because they hadn't seen this child in a year. And I think they have a right, you know, they have to do that because they also rely on that for state funding. But maybe someone had a concern and that's why they brought it forward. At the same time, why isn't she on these trips? Why isn't she participating? Did they check in and make sure they got the information?
Mars Avenue residents say Ashlee Buzzard largely keeps to herself. Hearing the news of Melodee's disappearance, Buzzard's next-door neighbor, Casey Monreal, checks her surveillance cameras, believing they may have captured Melodee recently, but there was no sign of the little girl at the home in a long time. Since the report, police and CPS are frequently parked outside Buzzard's home and canvassing the neighborhood for footage.
That's something that should raise the red flag when you've got CPS parked outside your house, Child Protective Services. Alexis Tereszchuk joining us, crimeonline.com investigative reporter. Alexis, so the neighbor thought she may have seen Melodee in the last 30 days, but the surveillance video seems to indicate otherwise. What more do you know about the case, Alexis?
Well, I do know that the FBI has been brought in to work on this case. And when the FBI is brought in, it's not because this little girl is hanging out at a friend's house or CPS has her at a secret house and they don't know about it. There is a big concern that there is a fear for this child's life. The FBI is looking for her. They're trying to find her. Her mom brought her to the school in person in August to sign up for her independent studies, as they call it in California, homeschooling. And that's it. She hasn't been seen since. No one has seen her. And as the man said, who's been talking to neighbors, they used to maybe see her, but it's been a very long time. And with a child, you take them to the dentist, you take them to the doctor, you take them to McDonald's, you do anything in public with your child, and nobody has seen her. She has not been anywhere.
I want to go to Sydney Sumner now, following up on what Alexis Tereszcuk just told us. What can you tell me about a large suitcase and a box, Sydney Sumner?
Well, earlier, Aunt Elizabeth was telling us about Karina trying to make contact with Melodee's mom, Ashlee. When Karina was trying to make that contact, trying to check on Ashlee, see if she was okay, would tell her anything more about Melodee, you see Ashlee coming in and out of the garage back into the house, and she's carrying a very large pink suitcase. And there's also a box taped up at her front door. We heard from Bill Garcia that garage is stacked with boxes. It kind of looks like Miss Buzzard may be trying to leave town.
In November, a process server acting on behalf of Crown Asset Management noted he received no answer at Buzzard's home, which appears vacant but maintained. His notes say there are no decorations at the front door and the garage is empty. Neighbors confirm the home has been vacant for nearly 3 months. Last month, when Crown tries again, the server tells the court they could not locate Buzzard in Lompoc.
Well, from what I'm understanding, Bill Garcia, the home may look vacant, but she's in there locked away. Bill, is that right?
That's what I'm being told by one particular neighbor who has a very good vantage point on the house, and she is concerned for Melodee as well. And I didn't get a good read from the visit. The fact that the garage door has been open for at least 3 days in that disarray. I took several photographs of the home's exterior, of the contents of the garage from a vantage point, and again, tried to contact Ashlee. I have the ability, I've had the ability to get some of these types of subjects to actually confide in me, and I've been able to solve some missing persons cases in that effect. And I attempted that.
Go back to that one photo real quickly, please. This is a shot that we obtained. It looks to be the girl and her mom, but this photo is old. Isn't that right, Sydney?
Yes, the photo is 2 years old at least.
Okay, this is the home.
That's her teacher.
There's the mom. There's the daughter at the door. You see her.
It's not the mom.
This is 2 years old. Tonight, where is Melodee? Bombshell tonight. Crime Stories now streaming first on Fox.
And May for sums owed to Capital One, the December case claiming she owed nearly $3,000. Discover Bank also sought $4,200 from Buzzard in a now dismissed 2024 case. Crown Assessment Management has twice failed to serve Buzzard for unpaid debts.
To Dr. Bethany Marshall, joining us, psychoanalyst out of LA. Dr. Bethany, money problems weigh in. When you've got a mom already stressed, and then these crushing money problems, what effect does that have on raising your child?
And mental health?
Well, interestingly, Nancy, money problems reduce a person's capacity for critical thinking, for problem solving, for looking to the future, for providing for others. So what it means to me is that she may have become more low functioning. And if she was less able to care for the child, and that child would be capable of telling other people about that, that would motivate her to cut the child off from outside people. Now, what I think is so interesting about what Bill said about the mother locking the door behind.
But they said that she was denied. I don't know if people are following her that deeply, but that was on one of the videos I had sent you. I think it might be Court TV.
Yeah.
But, they said that she was denied from 2 places. I don't know why or how you get denied for a rental.
Because you got to have an active credit card, or
Oh, yeah.
unless you have a flight. If you have a flight and a return flight, you can rent with a bank card. But if you don't,
they said she was
you
denied
gotta
at
have
2 different places.
That's why I got the credit card before I went to California, because I was flying out there and I didn't know when I was coming back because I only had a bank card. So I had cut up all my credit cards. So I had to get a credit card when I went to California because I didn't know I didn't have a return flight. Now, if I was flying to California and back, they would rent me a car with a bank card because they know you're leaving and you're going to bring the car back. But if not, you got to have an active credit card. So apparently she didn't have an active credit card and they told her to kick rocks. And why would she want to rent another rental car unless she's trying to go back to where the child is at? See what I'm saying? I think she plans on fleeing.
It's possible. Very likely.
I believe the little girl is alive. I believe that she is in the process of trying to figure out a way to flee.
Yeah.
She thinks people are out to get her.
Yeah.
She's
That makes
in
sense.
some type of psychosis. And she believes the family's out to get her. She believes the school's out to get her. And you can tell by her how she wears disguises that she thinks somebody's trying to get her.
Yeah.
And I think this child is alive somewhere. I mean, that's just my opinion right now.
Find her every time she leaves the house. She is sequentially, incrementally isolating that child from the world. And you and I know, Nancy, that is a sign of abuse. Now, I'm not saying the mother is an abuser. I don't know if she is. But I'm saying that when anybody, whether it's a husband, a wife, a child, a parent, isolates a loved one from community, from others, they are doing it for a reason. And what I wonder with the shaved head, the response when the relative came to the door, if there was an increasing paranoia, or this would fit the profile of somebody who has become increasingly paranoid, cutting themselves and the child off, and what that paranoia meant in terms of her relationship with the child and how she treated the child.
Rhonda DeCara joining me, founder of Missing.
We don't technically know if she lost custody of her other kid.
That's what the relative said.
Yeah, she could have gave the kid to the baby's daddy.
That's what the lady said. That's related to her. That
Yeah,
she had been told.
but she didn't have no proof of that. She was just going on hearsay.
Right. I don't know.
So
they claimed that she had told them, or that they were around when it happened, that she had lost custody of the first daughter that the state took her and gave her to the dad, and that she's had mental health issues.
I mean,
for a long
it's
time.
possible, but it is possible she could have just gave the baby up to her dad and told them that.
It would make it more, to me, it would make it more realistic of her to feel like somebody would be out to get her kid. Because if you had one kid taken, you would be more susceptible to feel like your other kid would be taken.
Where are you leaning? Are you leaning more towards she done did something bad to the kid, or you believe she's hid this kid?
I don't see anything to where this kid is mistreated. I don't think it's against the law to seclude your child from whatever, but I do think she's got mental health issues, and she's trying to keep this kid from the
bipolar
public.
is a normal issue. There's
levels of bipolar.
I think all women are bipolar. Me myself.
You're about to get smacked on live TV.
Right? I think a little bit. You ladies are a little bit. Y'all one little switch away from being crazy. So is that really a mental disorder?
There's a spectrum of all the mental issues that people have in this world. And so there's different levels of it. And we don't know what exactly she's diagnosed with. We don't know if bipolar is the only thing. We don't know if it's bipolar A, B. There's different types of bipolar. So, I mean, we don't know what all she actually has or how she is.
Yeah. I'm going with right now. I'm thinking there's a good chance that this child is alive.
She's not mistreated the child while she was with her for 9 years. So I don't see
why now?
And why take her
And she's
somewhere.
been crazy for 9 years.
Right. According to the relatives and the people that have spoke, she's had mental health issues. They said that when the father died, that her mental health was way worse.
Wouldn't that make you, especially financially?
They weren't together.
Think about this. If you was a mother and your significant other or the baby daddy died. Now you got to support this baby on your own.
You're getting benefits after he dies for. If
I
he's
know,
paid
but
Social
benefits
Security.
are small.
People that are following this case in this forum said $1,100.
Well, $1,100 in California is like $10 here in Virginia.
I understand that, but I mean,
you can't get an In-N-Out burger for $11.
$1,100.
I'm saying it's expensive. California's expensive. Everything
that's
there
why
is
I would
expensive.
want to know like what she does for how does she make her money, and if she doesn't afford things. That's the only thing that I worry about, is that whole aspect of she's not been able to pay for things in her life. She's got bankruptcies,
and it's stressing her. And she's about to run.
Either that or she's, I don't know. I
Action Network
harm the baby. No,
I don't think so either.
Work for missing persons' families. Rhonda, again, thanks for being with us tonight. Rhonda, what do we do now?
We have to find out what happened. We have to talk to any friends, any neighbors, exactly what everybody's doing, getting the word out, trying to look for her. We have seen this happen so many times with so many children, and it doesn't take us very long to figure out that something bad happened. And so right now, you would think if there was a friend or a neighbor or anybody in a grocery store that had seen her, that they would have already come forward. So it's getting very concerning.
Alexis Tereszchuk.
And you know her air conditioner's running around the clock because the garage door is open.
Yeah.
So you imagine what that electric bill is.
And mother has lost custody of Melodee before to paternal grandmother for neglect. You heard the relative.
What do we know that LE law enforcement is doing?
They, I believe, had a search warrant in the home. They didn't find anything that would give them any clue, but now the mom is not participating.
Alexis Tereszchuk, you're right, but when they did this, they performed the search on the home, there was no Melodee.
There was no Melodee, and there wasn't a glaring sign of a crime. They didn't find blood. They didn't find anything. They just didn't find Melodee, and there was nothing for them to do. There was nothing that showed that there had been something that happened to her traumatically in the home.
Okay, let me follow up with Lauren Johnson Norris, a high-profile lawyer out of Orange County. Lauren, when the cops execute a search warrant in your home, they don't see your child, they ask you where the child is, and you don't give an answer, what, they're just supposed to walk away and suck their thumb? I mean, where's the child? If the mom won't tell and the dad died in a crash, what are they supposed to do?
Well, I know it's really frustrating for all of us and for law enforcement. The search warrant likely listed certain items that were within the scope of the search warrant that they could look for. It doesn't override the person's Fifth Amendment right to not speak to police, which it appears she is exercising. But sure, it's frustrating to not be able to get the information from the one person who likely has that information. That's why law enforcement will need to continue to do its job, seek the juvenile court records to find more information about other placements where the child could be, other contacts that the mother may have, and seek all the evidence they can within the realm of the law.
Okay, so I want to hear some of your guys' thoughts on this. Is this baby with us? Did this mother hurt this baby? Or do you believe she's hid this baby somewhere? We have opened the phone lines. The call-in number is 757-797-6694. You can see it right below me right here. And I just want to hear some of your guys' takes on it. Both of us seem to lean towards the kid never looked abused. All right, phone lines are hitting already. Dolly, PJ.
I think, this is Kim from Missouri. I think the mother is trying to pack enough stuff for her to go back and pick the kid up because she's got so many debt collectors that knows where she lives. So she's trying to move off somewhere so that the debt collectors and everybody won't know where she's at. And she's afraid that since she's in debt, that the family's going to try to take the child from her. So she's scared. She's just scared.
I think you may be right. I mean, first I noticed that everybody in the family said they kept trying to take the baby. Leave the baby here. We'll take the baby.
Yeah.
Call them for custody of the baby. And she probably don't want to give up her child. And that's making her more paranoid.
Yes. Well, she's trying to figure out a way to get her some stuff together. That's how come she probably tried to rent another car to pack up some of her stuff and go back and get her kid, and the debt collectors won't know where she's at, and the family won't know where she's at, and she's probably going to try to start over somewhere with her and her child.
Yeah. I mean, once you use that social security number, though, they're going to find you. You know, once you use any type of identification, they're going to find you no matter where you go.
But then she's just trying to get out from underneath the debt.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a single person. I raised my daughter on my own. And I think that I always had a pretty decent job.
Yeah.
Well, worked 2 jobs a lot of times. But I could look back and see her situation and think, well, okay, I need to get away from here because my family's going to take the baby away because I don't have a whole lot of money. They're trying to take my kid away. And these debt collectors are driving me crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to get away from here. I need to go somewhere where nobody, a brand new start.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. It'd make more sense just randomly you killing your child.
Yeah, no, she looks too healthy for that. Even in the video where it shows her, and when she had her hoodie up, it shows a picture of her with the hoodie up at the car dealer or the rental place. It looks more like her mama has straightened her hair instead of her wearing a wig.
A lot of people believe it's a wig, but it could be just as simple as that, as their hair is straightened.
Because it looks the same color. Her hair looks the same color. And I thought, well, you could straighten her hair and it not be curly and it change her appearance a little bit,
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think she's trying to rent another car. That's reading the garage doors up.
Mm-hmm.
She's just trying to figure out what she's going to take and try to rent a car and to go back and be with her, get her kid, and them start over again somewhere else. Thinking, okay, debt collectors won't know where I live.
Exactly where I was
She
going.
could have met a man online
who said he would help her, get her out of debt, and get her a new life somewhere.
And she's gonna drop that kid off and went back to get her stuff.
And she's gonna go back to where he's at.
And she's gonna go back to where he's at. That's right. That's what I think too.
Now that's my personal opinion. I mean, I'm sitting here thinking about all of this as everybody's, you're going through the story, you and PJ, and it's like, it just hit me. I thought, no, she's trying to pack up enough stuff to get away from the family, to get away from the family. It's not because she's abusing her. The little girl did not look abused at all. She was dressed nice. She had on a pair of pants and a nice hoodie. She's not being abused. She did not look abused at all in that video at the car rental place. So I think she wants just to get a clean start.
She looks so much different too than the pictures they're showing. She's a lot taller. She's a lot thinner.
Yep. Yep. But you look what she's got on. She don't look bad.
Clean clothes on.
Yeah, clean clothes.
She ain't got no bruises on her. She don't look like she's super sad.
Well, not on her face. She don't have any bruises on her face. You
But
clearly
we
see
can't
her.
really see if she's. You can hardly really.
But I think that's what she's trying to do.
From a potato.
Is get away, and she's afraid if she tells the police, well, then the family's going. Then they're going to tell the family. Well, then the family's going to say, okay, she ain't able to take care of her.
Right.
They need to take the kid away because she ain't able to take care of her, just because she's on having a little money problem.
Think she had any family support. I think
she didn't seem like she had any family around her.
I think the other side did. They just wanted the kid because
they just wanted the kid because that was their, the grandma. That was her son.
Yeah.
And his sister. All of them want to act like the mom is not a decent mom.
Yeah.
Which that don't mean you're not a decent mom just because you don't got a pocket full of money.
Yeah, I know. It ain't nothing wrong with being poor. I mean, some people are more love poor than a lot of millionaires love their kids.
Some people are saying that Tylee and JJ.
And that's the reason she keeps locking the door when she goes to the garage when the kid was there, because she's thinking, okay, if they show up, if the family or whoever, they're going to try to take my kid away because I'm poor, basically.
Yeah. Okay, well, look, hey, we appreciate you calling in.
Uh-huh. Thanks. Bye.
All right, peace. Dolly. Hello.
Hey, Dolly, it's Sunshine and Shadows.
Hey, Sunshine and Shadows.
So You said that this little girl don't look abused, and in the pictures we're seeing she don't.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't have a lot of new pictures. What does she look like now?
I mean, this picture right here is from 2 weeks ago, the 7th.
Okay. I think somebody should talk to the school and find out what the mom's demeanor was like. Like, what did she act like when she went to the school in like August?
Uh-huh.
And I mean, she was there in person. The kid was there in person. And so, like, what was they like then? Like, was mom like?
What was she like a year ago?
That confused me. Like somebody said she was in person at the school in August. Are we talking August 2024 or 2025?
24 last year.
Okay, so she unenrolled the kid and homeschooled her last year. Is that what it is?
No, I think
last year for this year.
I think she was homeschooling her last year, but she was showing up for the scheduled meetings, like how you show up for the kid to go on field trips, or you show up when they got certain tests, or to get to work, or to turn into work. I think she was showing up then, and this year she just didn't show up at all.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. See, we do homeschool different here in Kentucky, so it don't work like that here. Here, you just enroll your kid in whatever homeschool program. There's all kinds of like online whatever.
Yeah, and they send it to you?
Yeah, they send you the stuff. All you got to do is show the Board of Education that your kid is enrolled in a program, and that's it.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I think that's how they do homeschooling here. They mail you a packet of stuff that you need to get done over the year, and then some people knock it right out, and their kids don't go to school all year.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They do all the work really fast, and then they send it back in, and then they grade it.
My school all together, and so like it was basically considered private education.
Yeah. And I mean, there's a lot more of that going on. There's a lot more people homeschooling now than there used to be.
Yeah,
because schools suck. I mean, let's be honest. Like, you can teach your kid more in a day than a school can teach them in 3 months.
All my nieces was learning in school was more bad words.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think about it. I learned more from just the Discovery Channel, Animal Planet, and TV than I probably learned in school. Just to be honest. You know, I mean, your basic reading and math, school. But far as
definitely a more
knowing the migration habit of penguins, I learned that from being stoned on Animal Planet. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, you can learn from it depends how you want it. You got to want to learn too. And a lot of times you get around that many people, you're more worried about hanging out, playing, causing ruckus with your friends than you are learning. But if you sit in a chair and you try to teach somebody something, it's going by themselves, it's going to be a hell of a lot easier to teach somebody sitting there by themselves than it is with a room full of 30 people.
I definitely agree with that. But when I called, I wanted to touch on something. Like, number one, this case has given me so many different like vibes from when I first seen it on the screen and it said kids have been missing for a year and now it's being reported. That gave me Harmony vibes. I'm like, oh God, I hope this kid ain't chopped up somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that too, because when you see all the reports, they're saying a child missing for a year. This child hasn't been missing for a year. This child's been missing for 2 weeks.
Okay. You see,
because she was seen, this picture's from the 7th at the car place. This is her, right?
Okay.
They verified this is her. So we know the child's only been missing for 2 weeks.
The school that reported her missing hadn't seen her.
The school hadn't seen her in a year, but that don't mean she's been missing for a year.
So like family and the school, and she's just been isolated for a year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I guarantee you, this woman's met some man online that lives in Nebraska or
I think it's
or
Kansas,
Kansas
Nebraska border.
Right.
Why would they say Kansas, Nebraska over and over? I think it's like the border of
somewhere
Kansas,
in there. She's met some dude, and this dude's like, look, I'll take care of you and your kid. And she's done moved a kid there, and she was going back to get stuff because she's she's probably running from creditors and debtors and her family, and she's going to take off and hide.
I feel like it's deeper than that. I honestly, I'm going the mental health route.
Uh-huh.
I honestly.
But why would you go so far to do that? Why wouldn't you just, if you was going to hurt your child, why wouldn't you just hurt your child at home? Why would you ride 1,500 miles there and back?
I think the mom is maybe schizophrenic because everything kind of like leans towards her.
But
maybe
none of
being
her family members have said she's schizophrenic. Schizophrenic's a long ways away from bipolar. That's two different mental. Schizophrenics, you're hearing voices. You have 7 personalities. I mean, there's a lot of big difference between. I've been around schizophrenic people, and I've been around bipolar people.
It would not show up till later, and also it could be borderline personality disorder, which is a trauma triggered, and it has the paranoia just like schizophrenia, but it's based on a trauma.
Yeah.
And,
okay.
But yeah, the reason I said schizophrenia is I've got friends that weren't diagnosed until in their 20s.
Well, you don't usually become schizophrenic until your 20s.
Until you're 20.
Yeah, and people can miss the signs, honestly.
Yeah, usually young people are not schizophrenic.
Yeah.
It's a chemical imbalance in the brain or something. And you usually
young people are schizophrenic. It's rare.
Yeah, usually you don't become schizophrenic until you're over the age of 19. Statistically.
Right. Like, I mean, it doesn't mean it's impossible, but it's rare.
Yeah. I ain't saying it's impossible. You can be young and already have massive schizophrenia. But the average person usually don't have schizophrenia.
PSA, we're not doctors for the people watching YouTube.
Yeah.
We don't give medical advice.
Yeah, we don't give medical advice. We don't know.
Yeah, I'm not a doctor, so I'm not saying. I've just I've got a lot of friends that have mental health issues like schizophrenia, bipolar. I've been around it a lot. And that's why I said the schizophrenia, it's just a hunch that I have. It's
okay.
Not.
All right, Sunshine Shadows, you be good.
All right.
All right.
Peace, Dolly.
All right, peace. Dolly.
Sunshine Shadows, you be good.
Dolly, this is
Hello?
Who? They hung up before they said it. I think it's
up.
Paulette is who I think it was. But they hung up. Oh no, they're still on the
I
line.
told you it lost signal or something. It's weird.
Dolly.
Yes, Dolly, this is Joy from Iowa. Our local news had a thing on it because she used to live in Nebraska. And then she moved to Marshalltown, Iowa, which is right on the border of there. I think she took that baby there, went back home to get her stuff. I think she's moving back to Nebraska.
Yeah, I think it's me, myself, personally, I think she's trying to run from something. Either it's delusions or she's getting away from bill collectors and family members. But I think she's on the run, too, that this woman's looking for opportunity to run.
But I know the news says she lived in Nebraska. She lived in Marshalltown, Iowa, and that's, you cross over and you're right in Nebraska.
Okay. So it's right there on the border.
Yeah.
Yeah, my geography's terrible. It was first bell in high school, and I slept through most of it.
So that's what I'm thinking. She took the little girl there, then went back to get her stuff, and I think she's coming back this way.
I think you're right. I think you're right.
So
I truly do. I think this is a case where she's been there. She's met a man on a dating app or something like that, and this dude's like, "I'll take care of you. Come stay with me." And she's like, "Okay, well, I'm going to bring my kid. I need to get move my stuff." And then she went back to wrap up whatever she needed to do there, and all this has occurred on top of it. But she's looking for her exit. That's why she was trying to rent that car.
Being she lived there, she probably has friends there yet.
Yeah, I think you may be onto something. That's what I'm thinking. I'm hoping anyway. I'm hoping this little baby's okay. I'm just trying to keep hope alive and keep people looking. That way, if this is the case, that does she have a address there?
Marshalltown, Iowa. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you're definitely right. She did have an address there in Iowa.
I don't see one for Nebraska, but if she's saying it's right at the border
On the border.
whatnot, I mean,
Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking that's what she did. Dropped the kid off and is going back to get her stuff and then heading back to this way.
Well, yeah, if you're going to run, you're going to go somewhere where you're familiar with.
Yeah.
Right. So, and if she's already familiar with that area, that would make sense.
Well, I'm from Iowa. That's why I'm following it, because the news had a special on it.
Well, keep your eyes out for this little girl. You never know. I mean, it's a small world, believe it or not. It is a small world, and we're all connected. So that is the one good thing about the internet is we're able to get information out fast. We're able to share that information, and we're able to connect people like you. I'm in Virginia, you and Iowa. See, we're connected. You see? So the internet is great for that. I mean, it has its downfalls, but when it comes to spreading awareness, the internet is a great way to do it. So keep your eyes open. You never know. I appreciate you calling.
All right. Bye. Have a nice day.
All right. Peace. So they're running it on the news. And here's the thing. The important thing is this. It's getting a lot of attention. And that's what it needs, because every minute matters if this child isn't. Okay. But she's not. I could be dead ass wrong. Dolly. Yes.
How you doing, brother?
What's up, man?
Just chilling like a villain.
Okay. Villain. Chilling.
Yeah.
Feet pointing towards the ceiling. All right. Go ahead.
That's a good one. So the mother is not cooperating with authorities, correct?
Not at all.
And her latest trip was to Nebraska.
Nebraska, yeah. Idaho,
Iowa,
Kansas. I think she went through a few states.
Really?
Yeah. 1,500-mile trip, apparently.
Damn. And yeah, I mean, she's trying to get away from these people who are trying to get money from her, or collect their money, obviously.
Yeah, but would you do all that from debt collectors? Can't you just file bankruptcy?
I think it's more than just the debt collectors. I think it's a little bit of mental.
Yeah,
illness,
I think it's all of it too. That's what I'm saying. The family, the debt collectors, the mental illness.
The whole storm got to be the perfect storm, and she just bailed.
Or plans on bailing. Like
And
maybe they think she's going to bail too. That's why they got CPS and all them people sitting out front of her house watching her, because they know she's going to run.
Right. And I wonder if the kid's alone, or
just think about this. If they were accusing you of killing your kid or anything, and you were about to go to prison, would you run, Mab?
hell yeah.
I'm running too. Catch me if you can. I'm like the gingerbread man.
I would dress in all black.
I'm gonna slip right out. I'm gonna slip right out the back. You're gonna be hunting for me. You'll find me in
army crawling off the backyard.
You'll find me in Tijuana. You'll be like, "Where's Dolly? That bitch is gone."
That bitch is gone yesterday.
Yeah, I'll come back to YouTube with a ski mask on and another name.
Yeah, for sure.
I ain't going to prison for the rest of my life, but I wouldn't do nothing to hurt my kid either. But
I
wouldn't sit there and wait for them I wouldn't sit there and wait for them to arrest me. I can tell you that.
I hope this behavior is in the kid's best interest. Like, she thinks all this behavior is in the kid's best interest, is what I'm hoping. That she's just trying to get away from the bill collectors, the family, the da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
That she's in search for a better life.
Yeah, and often the kid is not one of those.
Yeah, I just don't see the abuse and raise the kid for 9 years and then unalive it. And you know what I'm saying? And the kid's seen 2 weeks ago looking healthy and fine. And then she travels somewhere, but when she comes back, she don't come back with the kid. It seems like she took the kid somewhere. And if you was just going to kill the kid, am I going to drive 15 hours to kill a kid? No, I'm going to do it right now.
Well,
you know, did Jake and Rebecca Horrow drive 1,500 miles to unalive?
That one chick did drive down to Florida to dump the body of, remember her?
Gannon Stout.
Yeah.
In the suitcase, she threw it beside that bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
This picture we're looking at, the skinny little girl.
That's her.
So there is a phase of growth that is a skinny phase of growth.
Yeah, well,
the other pictures I saw were
yeah,
pudgy.
they were baby pictures of her. This is her at 9 years old, 2 weeks ago. That's what I'm saying. A lot of times in these missing kid cases, they show us kids that don't even look like the kids that's missing. You looking for some little cute, little big smiling, chubby little girl with fat cheeks.
No.
And this little girl is fucking 5 foot, skinny as hell.
9 years old is that skinny phase too.
I don't know. I was pretty chubby when I was 9.
Well, I mean, if you raised your daughter, right? So
yeah.
Was there ever a time when she was a skinny phase?
Nah, Tiff not really had a real skinny phase. She's pudgy and just stayed pudgy.
Yeah.
You know
My
what I'm
daughter was
saying?
kind of pudgy too.
But I was like that too when I was little. I had a skinny phase. When I was probably 14, 15, I looked anorexic skinny. I went from being a little fat kid to being skinny as a rail.
Then you get sick.
Your metabolism probably changed.
Not
You
as
burned
a
it
baby, young I did, but not as a teenager.
Mm.
I think it was just my metabolism and being way more active. I got super skinny. I mean, I could eat anything and never gain weight. Now I'm back to where if I eat a chicken nugget, I'm going to gain
your
3
medicine
pounds.
you're on now.
Yeah, so
My daughter's skinny phase was like at 7, 8. She was skinny.
Yeah.
And then she started pudging up, and now she's pudgy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So my weight is always fluctuated, always. Like I'll be fat, and then you'll see me a year from now, and I'll be crackhead skinny, and then I'll be fat again. I mean, it just fluctuates. It always has. Like if you look at pictures from me,
241 down to 155 after the surgery. That's a lot of
I'm
difference.
heavy, right? I'm carrying weight right now, and believe it or not, I think it like PJ said, it has to do with the medicines that I'm on that are making me hold water weight and stuff like that. Because I'm actually heavier now than I've been in a long time, but I'm not eating more. I'm just holding more weight.
I'm holding a little bit more weight now. I'd like to be $180. I think I'm $193 or something.
Yeah, well, I usually walk around about 150 pounds, 160 pounds.
Wow, that's skinny.
Yeah, and I'm right now. I'm like at 190.
Yeah, that's about where I'm at.
Yeah, so I'm about 30 pounds heavier than my average weight. I'm up a couple jean sizes, right, from 32 to 34.
You hate that you got to have a set of jeans for each size.
Yeah, it depends how and then you don't want to throw your 32s away because then you're like, okay, when I lose a couple pounds, I'm going to need these jeans. You know what I'm saying?
32. I'm 32 when my most jeans are 32, but I got my 34 set.
Yeah, just in case you eat good for a month. Yeah. All right, Mab, you be good.
All right, brother.
All right, peace. All right, so yes, this little girl has definitely dropped. She's growing up, is what it is. Her mother's
She
not.
doesn't look like she's malnourished.
She don't look malnourished. She looks. Look at her legs. Her legs are thick, right? She ain't bone skinny, but she's tall. She's getting lean. She's growing taller. Right. That's when you're at that age, your bones are stretching. You're getting taller. So that weight, when you're short, you're going to be chubby. As you grow taller, you're going to get a little more linkier. LOL, I remember saying Dolly got to eat. Dolly doesn't eat too much. Dolly got to get new clothes. It's that I done gained some weight, and but I'm going to try to control that a little bit here coming up. I
may not be able to because of that medicine you're not.
But I'm just going to hit the treadmill, even if I had to get a little treadmill for the house and do 10 miles a day.
Why are we talking about this right now?
I mean, it's just because we were talking about the size of the little girl and how you could go in 2 years and be chubby, and then 2 years later we're seeing her and she's nowhere near looks like those pictures.
We only seen her little face. Did you see her whole body in any of the other pictures?
Yeah, you could just tell she was. You could see by her cheeks she was pudgy.
That's because when you're a baby and you're little. And
that's what I'm saying. She's hitting her growth spurt right now. 2 years from now, this girl will be 5'7".
They said that is her. The sheriff's department said that is her. So there's no, we don't have.
Let's open the phone lines back up. Yeah, she's just hitting her growth spurt.
Yeah.
Right, 9 years old. By the time she's 14, this girl will be a grown woman.
I mean, there's a phone number still up on this lady's thing.
We should call her. Dolly.
Doug from Tennessee.
What up, Doug?
Man, these big kids are missing all the time, ain't they, brother?
Every day, some kid goes missing. It seems like. This is just another story. Hopefully, this one don't end bad. I'm praying. This one has a little bit of hope because the lady hasn't had nothing. So, and then the kid didn't appear to be abused, and she rented a car and she came back. So it just seems like she's hid this kid somewhere to me.
Yep. Sounds like it.
Yeah.
Might have sold it. You can't never tell people she might have sold her daughter.
That's so crazy to me. I used to think you couldn't sell a kid, and then I watched Sound of Freedom, and then I was like, okay, you can't sell a kid. I just don't know where you do it because I don't hang out with bad people. But I guess if you're connected to criminal organizations, you could probably sell a kid.
Yeah, probably. And by the way, I ain't never been skinny.
You ain't never been skinny. Well, everybody don't eat as good as you. You cornbread fan.
I've always been a big old boy.
I did eat me a big old piece of cornbread last night. It was good too.
I ate that today. That was so good.
The cornbread?
Uh-huh.
That cornbread was good.
It was so
ain't
good.
nothing like a good piece of cornbread, ain't it, Doug? Tell them.
I almost want to see if they have that on the DoorDash.
That's where you put that weight on. That's that stick to your rib kind of stuff right there.
Pinto beans and cornbread, baby.
There you go. Make you healthy.
Biscuit and gravy.
What does Up Church say? Raise hell, eat cornbread. So you think this little girl's alive, Doug? That's the question tonight. Is she alive? Is she with us?
I think she's alive. A woman just either hit her or she might have sold her.
Hit her or sold her. I hope she hit her, and because it sounds like she's trying to run to me. So if she did hide her, that would make sense that she went back to wrap everything up and get what they needed, and then she was going to take off herself. But then you got to think, why didn't she do all that in one whop? You know what I'm saying? Or did she know they were moving in on her and she needed to get the kid out of there quickly? I mean, I don't know. She at one point her credit cards worked, and then it didn't because she was able to rent the first car, but then wasn't able to rent the second car.
Huh.
So
sounds like somebody was cutting her off.
I don't know. It just sounds like she has a little bit of paranoia. Like, and let's believe it or not, there's a lot of people that suffer from, paranoia. She's just scared that they're going to take the kid or she's going to lose the kid, and she'd rather hide the kid than give up the kid. I don't think she's going to talk. Even if they went and arrested her right now, I don't think she's going to talk. She's handed that child to somebody, to a friend, a boyfriend, a family member. Her family on the other side said she didn't have a lot of friends, but you don't know what friends she had in damn Idaho. That's hard to tell.
You don't know. You don't know what people do. You don't know what people do anymore.
It's like me. People don't. I got friends all over the damn country. I can hide something anywhere. You know what I'm saying? I got connections everywhere. So
you could come to Tennessee and pull your camper over here and put it on my spot.
See, there you go. Where's Dolly go? I'll be at Doug's house. That's what I'm saying. If people you don't know, she could have friends. She could have online acquaintances. She spent a lot of time in the house, is what they're saying, right? And listen, I spent a lot of time in the house, but look, I'm social on the internet, but I'm not real social in person, right? Like out in the world, I don't go out. I'm more of a homebody kind of person. I come home every day. I chill at the house. Shit, some days I don't even leave the house if I don't got to. I get most of my social interaction out just right here on the internet with you guys. That's why I always say y'all like my friends and family, because shit, you may be closer than some of my family that I don't even talk to.
Well, I'll tell you what, you're in trouble now. You're definitely in trouble.
Okay.
Because she's already starting to answer your questions for you, brother. She does what's safe for you do.
I know, right? This my better half. Okay, I'm the bad half. This is the
you're in
half.
trouble now. She's already telling you how to play the world.
We don't agree on everything, but we think alike. Right? We still think that we're into the same things and we think alike. We don't agree on everything, right? We still get to argue over different true crime cases, right? Which makes it fun because I have somebody to debate with. So yeah, we think a lot alike, and but I'm always
I just caught that whenever you was talking, she told you a word.
Yeah, she helped.
I caught that.
Yeah. All right, Doug, you be good.
All right. Bye, PJ.
Bye, BJ.
All right, peace.
Bye, Doug.
We're gonna have to get Doug a buy available on the merch store, or you can get one of these nice Where's the Baby hoodies.
This is my new favorite. I love these.
Dolly.
Dolly,
Yes.
this is Mama Shadows. How are you?
Hey, Mama Shadows. I'm doing good.
I believe that little girl is still with us.
You think she's still with us?
I do, and I don't believe that mother is running from debt collectors or family. I think she's running from the police, and that's why she's not cooperating with them.
Why would she run from the police, though?
I don't know. Apparently, she's done something somewhere.
You think so?
That and snatched her up. That doesn't make sense.
I mean, yeah, if she was warranted, the police would have done grabbed her by now
had a
because they
search
looking
warrant.
for a reason to arrest her.
Yeah, they had a search warrant. They cleared the house. They could have arrested her.
But I do believe that child is with us, and she's hid her somewhere.
Okay. All right. You're breaking up really bad, Mama Shadows. You be good.
Okay, you too.
All right, peace. Dolly.
Dolly, this is Paulette.
Hey, Paulette, did you call earlier?
She did.
Yeah, and it kind of, I don't know what happened.
I knew it was you. I just know your voice. You got that
Yeah.
soft, sweet-spoken voice. I just can recognize it.
Yeah, right. Now, I just want to know what other state in this country, when a woman says, I don't know where my child is, they don't take her to jail and at least question her.
Yeah.
Good question.
I mean, I think it should be done like that. I think when you don't know where your kid is at, your ass should sit in jail till you do. But that's just my opinion. I mean, you have the right to remain silent. And if you ain't charged with a crime, you don't have to say nothing to anybody. Like, it ain't a law that says you got to talk to somebody, even the police. Like, if the police knocked on my door right now, I could answer the door and just look at them. I don't got to talk to them. Even if I committed a crime, I don't got to talk to them.
Correct. But you can sit in jail.
You're right. You can. Right. So people usually explain themselves to the police so they don't go to jail. But sometimes explaining is what they use against you in court.
Yeah.
There's something ain't right about this situation. There's something not right. What a rental car has what I call a I can't remember the name of it.
A GPS tracker?
Yeah, on it. Yeah. They've got to know where that car went.
They do. They know where that car went. There's no doubt in my mind they know where that car went. They know everywhere that car went, where it stopped, how long it stopped there. They know all that. But it takes a little bit of time to get that information. They can't just get that information overnight.
And they're not going to tell it to us.
And they're not going to tell it to us. But you can believe it. Say she rented it from, let's just go with Enterprise, because I use Enterprise all the time. You got to get a warrant. You got to confiscate the car. You got to serve the warrant to Enterprise so they can get their data and give it to you. So they got to collect the data. They got to hand the data over. Then the police have to analyze the data. Right. That takes a little bit of time. It's not just like a boom, boom thing. So, but you can believe right now they're tracking and not only looking at it, but contacting local authorities everywhere that vehicle stopped.
And this baby's been gone how long?
Since the 7th.
Okay.
So we're looking at 15 days right now, 2 weeks.
Yeah. So something should be coming up soon.
Yeah,
and if she's sitting in that house, and they said that one night she burnt paper in the fireplace, so that proves she's there.
Yes.
Supposedly Madeline's mom did the same thing.
Yeah, and not only that, but she's trying to destroy evidence of whatever evidence there is if she's burning. Right. I don't know how cold it is in California right now, but some people tell me sometimes it can be hot as shit in the day and then at night get cold.
And cold at night, right.
In the desert, especially in the desert areas, that it gets really cold. So
well, I don't believe the baby's dead. I believe she's got the baby hid out to keep from the dad's side of the family from getting it who got the first baby, correct?
well, it's different dads. Different dads.
Different dads.
The father of this baby, of Madeline, he died in a motorcycle accident.
Okay. Okay, maybe but it sounds like to me she needs to be with somebody besides her mama.
Yeah, and I'm thinking she's handed it off to somebody, and she was going to do whatever she needed to do, and then flee. And I guarantee it's a man. She's met some man online. I guarantee it. And
Sounds like it.
And that man is helping her, because that would help with the finances. That would help with a lot of that. So.
The heartbreak of these babies.
Yes. Hey, I appreciate you calling. You be good.
All right. Thank you, Dolly.
All right. Bye-bye. So far, a lot of people agree with me that they think this baby's been hidden and this baby's alive somewhere. Usually, I'm team foul play. Usually I'm all over, this is foul play, this is foul play, this is foul play.
Someone in chat said, have we discussed the fact that the mother had another girl pretending to be Melodee in a video call with CPS? The mother has a lookalike child on video call with CPS. Mother had a lookalike. Can someone hear me? I know for a fact it was on Law and Crime. They even showed the child and they do look alike. Google it. That would be weird.
She's using a lookalike.
We don't reshare Law and Crime.
Yeah, Law and Crime likes to strike. Dolly.
Yeah. And PJ.
Hey.
I'm only calling just to see if my man Dolly knows.
I told you who it was.
See if he's a voice expert.
Yeah, it's Tiger to Tony.
Oh man, I can't believe you got that.
I just told
you. Your voice is easy to guess.
I'm the one that told you.
I didn't need you to tell me who this was. I could guess his voice a million times. He could change his voice and I could get it.
No, you can't.
I could. You got a grogginess to your voice.
Yeah, that's just me.
So, all right.
All right, man. No, I wasn't calling saying that. I just to see if you knew who I was.
I know who you are. I got you. All right. Peace.
All right. Well, I'm gonna say like everybody else. Bye, PJ.
All right. If I could get Miss Paulette, I think I can get Tiger to Tony. All right. The only people I usually have problems with when there's two people that sound similar.
Sean, you always get wrong. Sean Washington.
I always think he's jet lagged.
Yeah.
Dolly.
Hey, Dolly, it's Dawn from Nebraska.
Hey,
Just
Dawn.
calling to put in my input.
See, I wouldn't have got Dawn. I wouldn't have knew. But go ahead, Dawn.
I really personally don't think she drove that alone. It's a 25-hour drive one way. Without stopping anywhere, stopping to eat, stopping to go to the bathroom. It's a 25-hour drive.
Yeah.
There and back. I don't think I've drove that with a couple people a few times, and I live in central Nebraska, and she went all the way to the east side of Nebraska into Iowa, if that's where they say she went. And that's a long way. That's at least another 4 hours from where I'm at.
I think she went to the Kansas-Nebraska border from where they keep mentioning Kansas. And if she went from California to Nebraska, it would have been 4 states she went through. But
she had to go through 6, PJ. If she went to Iowa, she had to go through Kansas to get up to Iowa the back way.
I don't think she went. Otherwise, I think she went up to the Nebraska-Kansas border.
Otherwise, if she didn't do that, she would have had to go over the mountain passes, and it's really bad this time of year. I-70 is completely covered with the snow and ice already. She would have had to go through Nevada and Colorado, Wyoming. Those would have been bad. So she went the southern route, which was a good idea if that's where she went. They said she had connections in Iowa, which is right by the Nebraska border, but it's a long drive, and it's a long, tedious
drive.
So
if she would have went through there, she would have went, what, California, Nevada,
she would have had to go. She would have had to go through 6 states. I counted. There were 6 states, and Kansas is one of them to take the southern route. And because I thought she would have had to go through Colorado, but no. If she went the southern route, then she would have went down through Kansas and back up to there.
Or Arizona, Colorado, Kansas.
Yeah, that way, Holly, through Arizona.
Yeah, she could have went Arizona, Colorado.
It's not Colorado. Arizona's farther south. You have to go Colorado, Nevada, maybe New Mexico, down that direction.
Yeah, well, Arizona, New Mexico's next to it, and Colorado's
Yeah.
diagonal.
You see, didn't go to Colorado. She didn't go to Colorado.
Okay.
She went down to Kansas. She missed Colorado because it's bad, and she knew it. If she's ever,
I mean,
she's
she
from
could have
here.
went Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas.
I think that she went that route because she's been that route before, and I don't think she did it alone. I bet you she didn't do it alone. There's no way. And I still think the kid's alive too. That's my opinion also.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about a lookalike. I haven't seen that in anything that I've watched, but my opinion is she didn't do it alone. That's a long, hard drive. I did it winter and I did it in the summer, and I wouldn't want to do it alone ever.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a little bit of
I drove a U-Haul over the Donner Pass. It was an ugly situation.
Okay, I don't even know what
You
that
go up
is.
at about half a mile, and you're about half a mile an hour, and you go down about 40 miles an hour without even trying.
The only places I've been to on the West Coast is I've been to Idaho, Oregon, California, and Nevada. That's it. Only.
But you do not want to go to Colorado in the winter.
I hear they got a lot of nice ski resorts and stuff in Colorado.
Well, yeah, if you like that kind of thing, I don't ever try to drive it. I promise you that.
Oh yeah, I like to
they-
snowboard and tube and stuff.
We don't have snow yet. We're doing good. We usually have snow by now. My birthday's Tuesday, and we usually always have snow by my birthday. But it's been really nice here this year, so I'm hoping for a good winter. But it can get ugly, especially in Colorado. I've seen pictures on Facebook that it's already drenched in snow.
Okay.
And they don't slow down. They're used to it.
All right. Well, I appreciate you calling in. You be good. Stay safe.
You too. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of ways she could have went to get there, but they're going to know her exact route because, the GPS in that rental car is going to tell them exactly how she did it. So, I would think that's going to be pretty easy to tell which way she went. But in that route, the kid's going to be at the farthest point. You know what I'm saying? The farthest point she drove. And if that was, let's just say that was Oklahoma. Is that what we're saying? Was the farthest point? Let's see. Kansas. Let's just say Kansas right there. If that's the farthest point she drove.
They were saying Iowa.
Iowa?
Yeah.
Okay, so she would have had to come up
I mean, that's just
the
wild.
Kansas, Iowa, right in this area. So she drove this way, then drove up. So she had to go through Illinois or Missouri, right there, from Kansas into Iowa. That kid's in Iowa, right? Because let's just say you drove through Colorado and you dropped the kid off. Why would you drive to Iowa?
I don't know.
See what I'm saying? You wouldn't. If you were just leaving to dump the kid off the body somewhere, why would you drive to Iowa? And why would you drive through the desert where you could bury this baby in Nevada? There's nothing but desert and cactuses, right? You'll never find them. Why would you go that far?
You wouldn't.
You went that far
Doesn't
to
make
meet
sense.
somebody.
Right. Yeah.
So she met somebody, and somebody has this child, and that's the importance of getting the picture out there. You ain't going to drive through the desert into an area there's a lot of people to hide a body. You're going to hide that body right in the desert where nobody's ever found. You know how many people are dead out there from the mob? They ain't never been found, won't never be found.
I'm trying to look for this thing where the CPS call and faked friggin' kids that look alike or whatever.
I'm
I
from
don't
Kansas
see anything
City,
like that.
and that drive to Colorado through Kansas is terrible. Well, I'm sure if you're driving through the mountains, it's anytime you drive through the mountains, it's bad.
And I sent you some videos of the people coming to her home.
Okay, where
off
did you
of
send
TikTok.
that to?
Email.
Okay, let's pull that up since the phone lines are quietening down.
You turned it off.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
Did I?
I watched you do it.
Right there. They're open.
Oh, weird.
Okay, see?
My bad.
Which one am I looking for? Which?
Probably the one that I wrote something. Her sister trying to talk to the mom, her stepsister.
Okay, and this is on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have the time to speak with me?
Okay, hold on. All right, let's do it.
Ashlee did not give any information on where Melodee might be, but she did say that she is
wearing a
overwhelmed and
wig, too.
distressed,
Yeah.
and she did not appreciate her sister coming over when she did not wish to speak to her.
Wait, this is my number right here. If you ever want to talk to me, I want a relationship with Melodee, please. Please, Ashlee.
She's hiding.
Is she
that
okay?
kid.
Are you okay? Ashlee, I'm going to get going now. In that side of the family either. And I would love to have a relationship with Melodee and you. We can get together and hang out with the kids. Please take my number at the door so we can talk. I'm here for you and Melodee.
Okay.
And then I did another video that was two gentlemen serving her with some paperwork where she finally answered the door.
So we know she's there.
Yeah.
Okay, where at?
It's one of those. Jeez. I don't remember if it's that first or that second one. Both of them had a similar video. I think the first. This is the right one.
Okay, 1:20 p.m. October 23rd, 2025.
Yeah. It's just two people going to serve her with something, and then I think she opens the door, signs it, and then gives it back, and then goes back inside. But she's not ever very willing, fully opening any door ever.
Take her a package.
Yeah, I mean,
Buy her something, put it in a box, wrap it up, walk up there like your Amazon. You can see if she comes to the door. And then give it to her. Ain't no law says you can't mail her something.
I know.
Like you can start right now. We can send her something on Amazon that's delivered tomorrow and then see if it gets, she opens the door.
Yeah.
Send her a certified letter overnight. And then to post, she has to sign for it. She ain't signing for that though, because that might be a bill collector.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? She's like, nah, we ain't doing that. But yeah, it appears she is at the home. Oh, and that wasn't even showing that video. Good Lord. I thought I was showing it. Dolly.
Hey, Dolly.
Hey.
This is Patricia Rayfield.
How's it going?
Fine. I was just wondering, how come she didn't get a U-Haul instead of a rental car?
It's harder to get a U-Haul truck than it is to get a rental car.
Not really. As long as you got insurance.
Yeah, that's what I'm
driver's
saying.
license,
If she don't own a car, then she don't have insurance. And you need a debit card. You need a credit card for a U-Haul.
Well, if she's that scared to leave the child with anybody, why would she take her to somebody that she met online with all these predators out there?
Because, I mean, maybe she did something stupid, made a bad decision, but it does seem like she don't want nothing to do with that side of the family. And maybe my thought is she's hiding the child from that side of the family because these people are trying to get in contact with the child because their loved one died and they want a relationship with the child, but she may think in her mind that they want to take the child.
Yeah, but if she's that scared of losing the child or somebody taking the child, why would she leave the child?
I mean, we could ask the same question of why would she hurt the child?
Yeah.
I mean, whys are there. I mean, I don't know. I'm just thinking, what reason would she have to hurt the kid? Right now, there's no reasons she would want to hurt the kid. So I would think maybe she hid the child. That's just my opinion. I mean, that's what I'm thinking.
Well, I was thinking that maybe something happened.
What?
Maybe she got to where she couldn't handle everything, and he just flipped out, and something bad happened.
Out, why would she rent a car and drive across the country? And the kid was at the car dealership with her, so the kid was healthy at the car lot. That don't
right.
So she didn't flip out there. Maybe she flipped out on the trip.
Maybe she flipped out and went ahead and got the rental car, and on the way something happened to the little girl, and she went to her parents' house.
Did the parents see the child when she got there? She met somebody up there. Somebody had to have seen the child.
I mean, she was from that area originally, so she may know somebody there. She may have a boyfriend there. She may have another friend there. That's why she went there. If I would think to look anywhere, I would say look in what is it? Not Kansas, but Iowa. Iowa for this child.
Well, I just hope and pray he ain't no predator or anything. She met him online.
I mean, that's just my guess because she's a single woman.
He could have told her anything.
Yeah,
absolutely. Just to get a hold of the little girl.
Absolutely.
All right. Hey, PJ.
All right. You be good. Peace.
I'm reading this news article. It says Buzzard, who is unemployed, lives on Social Security payments, has also struggled with money problems for years and is currently being pursued in court over unpaid debts. The most recent case, which was filed in May by Capital One, says Buzzard has an outstanding debt of $3,745.21 on a credit card she took out in January 2018. Stopped paying September 23. According to the company, Buzzard has steadfastly refused to pony up the balance despite repeated requests for payment. The card was issued less than 9 months after 40-year-old filed for bankruptcy in 2017.
So she filed bankruptcy, then got another credit card.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You can't file bankruptcy again. You got to pay that debt.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they're going to keep coming after her for that. I think she's in the process of running.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just my opinion. I mean, that don't mean that's true. But this is a video, of course, of them serving some paperwork at her house, and she answered. PJ, check your messages.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 3K ain't that much. I agree with that. Dolly.
Hey, Dolly, it's Short Legs.
Hey, Short Legs.
I just wanted to say, look at Rebecca Harrow, like how she acts, and she's still so scared of her husband that she swears somebody took the baby.
Uh-huh.
She'll never say anything else because of fear and abuse and everything she went through. And I'm thinking that maybe this lady met somebody online or something, and he promised her the world, and she went and met him, and then he turned out to be like the devil, and maybe he took that child, but she could be under some kind of threat and never say, what happened.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of possibilities, but I'm thinking that the kid wasn't abused in all this time. The kid looked healthy. She left in a car with the kid with her, and then she came back without the kid. She's done dropped this kid off somewhere to somebody. And it would make the most sense to be a man because she's a single woman, and men are more likely to try to help you and protect you.
Well, we don't know what she's into, men or women or maybe both, but I'm just saying it could have been somebody who persuaded her.
That's possible too.
That tricked her.
Yeah, that's absolutely possible. But then if somebody tricked you, you'd be down there fighting for your child, calling the police, saying, "Hey, this man tricked me, got my kid."
Right.
You wouldn't have came back. So whoever she took this kid to,
not if she's scared. Not if she's scared to death, like like Rebecca.
Nah, because she wouldn't have been around this person that long to have that type of fear. Because she was only gone 3 days, and 2 of that was driving.
She's not saying anything at all.
Yeah, because she hid this kid somewhere, is my opinion. She hid the kid. I don't think she hurt this kid. I think this kid is alive. I think this kid is in Iowa somewhere, and she's with somebody this lady knows. And she plans on leaving. That's why she's boxing.
You think she's not with a stranger? She's with somebody trustable?
I mean, I don't know.
And take care of her and hide her?
Yeah, I do. I think she's with somebody that would hide her. There's certain people. I got friends in this world that would help me in a crisis and never say anything, never turn me into the police, never. I know they would help me, right? I know I got people out there that would help me if I needed to disappear tomorrow. They would help me disappear, right? And people got friends like that. I mean,
yeah, but she's not disappearing. She's still
not
here.
yet. Not
The
yet. She
child
hasn't
is gone.
Not yet. She hasn't disappeared. But why was she trying to rent another vehicle?
And this is what bothers me too. Like, why is nobody like questioning her? Why doesn't
Because
she go
she-
under interrogation for 10 hours?
Right now, there's no crime that's been committed. They don't have her charged with a crime. So she don't have to answer. Even when they charge her with a crime, she don't have to answer questions. She don't have to say nothing to nobody. There's no law in this world that says I am forced to talk to somebody. Like I said, there's a police come to my door right now saying, you know, we got a call. I don't have to talk to you. I can just look at you. You know what I'm saying? Now, in my state, if they ask you to ID yourself, you must ID yourself. But the only time they can ask you to ID yourself if they believe a crime has been committed. So if you ain't sitting here telling me I committed a crime and I don't want to talk to you, I'm not going to talk to you. And if you say I committed a crime, I'm damn sure not going to talk to you, because I know anything I say, you're going to use that against me in court. So I'm not saying that. Once you say I broke a law, our conversation's over. I don't care what the law is, because then that's a court matter. And I know that. So I don't speak to the police unless I absolutely have to. Make sense? And that's where she's at. And that's what makes it so difficult, because if they don't charge her with something, they can't.
Does she have a lawyer? Does anyone know
Not
if
yet.
she has a lawyer?
Not yet.
No.
Spoke to anybody.
She hasn't spoken to anybody. She ain't been charged with anything. So, and if she ain't got the money to pay her credit card, she damn sure ain't got the money to go buy a $5,000 lawyer.
Yeah.
Well,
Right?
how did she get the money to travel?
That's a good question. I guess she tapped out whatever she had, or somebody's helping her. That's what makes me think somebody's helping her, and there's somebody else involved, and that somebody else probably lives in Iowa.
Yeah, I don't understand why she wouldn't stay there though with her child. Why would she go back to live alone? It doesn't make sense.
She has to get her stuff. She has to. Maybe she had some things she wanted to take care of before she was able to leave, but she wanted to get out of there because the schools were calling, that family who was trying to take the kid, and she was paranoid and left. I mean, I don't know. That's just my thought. That don't mean it's right. I'm just saying that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, but she's known to not think correctly, and this could be dangerous. Did they ever say she had outbursts of anger or fits or anything like that? Or
not that there's people rumoring she was bipolar, but bipolar is just mood swings. So that still wouldn't explain the mental health behavior that people act like she's batshit crazy. I don't know. She seems like when that lady came over there, she was like, she held a conversation with her. She told her, "Hope you and your kids are fine," and she shut the door in her face. So she ain't but so crazy.
She was given 72 hours on Wednesday.
On Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So her time is up and she still ain't in jail. All right, short legs, you be good.
okay.
All right,
You
peace.
too. Bye-bye.
All right, so the question remains, where is this child?
Yeah.
Right? And did she hurt the child? And if you was going to hurt a child, would I drive to Idaho to hurt something? No. Right? Iowa. I wouldn't drive across the country. I'd drive you into a remote area, the closest remote area there is, and I would bury your body. That's just me. But I wouldn't hurt you. Okay. But if I did, just know that I ain't driving with you far. Right? Because the longer we drive, the more chances I got to get in trouble. Right? So you're going to be dropped off in the desert somewhere underneath a cactus. So I think if she drove that far to meet somebody. And that's why it's so important to continue to share this little girl's photos, because she's out there. And listen, I'm the quickest person on YouTube to tell you a kid is not with us anymore. And if I'm saying, hey, there's a chance, that means there's a really good chance. And if she hadn't took a trip and this kid was just missing, I would say this kid's dead. But she went somewhere, and there's a reason she went somewhere. You're not driving that far to hide a body. I know that. You ain't doing all that. The kid was healthy when you rented the car, and you had the kid in a disguise when you did it. You're trying to hide that child. So we need to find where that child is hidden quickly before something bad does happen. Every minute matters. So if you got a photo, we will post her photo in PJ's community wall, PJ Vision, for all you guys out there. You'll be able to go there to PJ Vision, save it, and post it onto your Facebooks, your Instagrams, your Twitters, all that stuff. And I urge you, please share this little girl's photo, right? And you see how pretty of a little girl she is. We want her found. We want her found safe. I would love for this story to end with a good ending instead of what we're used to here.
We're due a good story.
We're due a good. You're right. We are due a good story. And I mean, it's a bad story, but we're due a good ending.
That's what I meant.
Right? We're due a good ending, and we can get that if we have the help of our true crime community. The true crime community on YouTube can do some great, great things if we all work together to bring awareness, to spread this kid's face all over the country. And we can do that. But it takes the help of each and every one of you out there watching. You may be thinking, well, I'm just one person. What good does that do? You may be the one person that shares it, that somebody sees it and knows something. Right? And all right, we'll take this. Dolly.
Hey, Dolly. It's Alex's mama.
Hey, Alex's mama.
Hey. I just want to chime in on this case here. It's not illegal to leave your child with if you want to say a friend or something like that, another state. And when police approached and asked her about the little girl, it would have been so easy for her to have said she's with a friend, given to be able to verify that. And then they would have just announced to the family and the public that the little girl was located and is fine. I really think there's something going on here with this little girl. Like,
that's bad.
It would have been cut and dry. In other words, the mom would have said,
what if you said, what if they would go, okay, well, then they send, what state was it? Iowa CPS to go take the child there, and she's
take it from her.
And take it from her.
And that's what.
Why would they do that, though?
And that's what she's
you
trying
have
to
a right.
avoid.
No, but why would they do that? She doesn't have to let a family member keep her child. If
she's had her kids taken from her.
So. Well, she's had, like PJ said, she's had one child taken from her. Two, she's behind on her bills.
She's had her taken before.
And
also,
you got to think, if she ain't paid these bills, she probably ain't paid her rent. She's about to lose that house.
Yeah, she's probably going to be evicted, no doubt. But I mean, you can leave I have had better friends than family as support with raising Alex over the years. So if I was going to need somebody to keep him, it would probably be my best friend instead of anybody in my family. And I wouldn't even tell them. Matter of fact, when I placed him in residential, when his meds weren't, working, and that was kind of like last resort, but it happened. I didn't tell my family. It was not their business. They weren't there to help me with him when he was little or at any stage. So I didn't feel that, they never knew.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying, like, CPS would have been called in that state. Like, if there was a case of CPS in that state where she was at in Idaho with her, then they would go and investigate. They're not going to go across state lines.
Oh, they're going to send they're going to send Idaho CPS over there.
Right. But I mean, I'm just saying that she doesn't have to let it be family take her. If she chose to leave her with somebody, that's not something that's illegal. But as a person that's keeping a child that's now gone national,
don't you think? Let's just say she unalived a child, hypothetically, right?
Yeah.
And wouldn't she, when the police came, wouldn't you be like, well, they're with a friend in Oklahoma? Wouldn't you try to make it like they were alive too?
No, because then
like,
they would definitely want to know where the child was. But if she just said the child is with, and they verified, that's why I don't think the little girl. I think something bad has happened. I don't think that she's over there with staying with somebody. I feel this has been national news, and if somebody was keeping her, they'd be like, "Look, this would be considered kidnapping." If you was going to do something
bad to somebody, would you drive across country to do something bad to them, or would you do something bad to them right where you're at?
Where I'm at, hell, they mess with my kid, I'm gonna eat their face off, and
That's what I'm saying. So why would she drive across the country to hurt her kid? That don't make any sense.
Well, maybe she was planning to move over there and something happened and to the little girl, and then she came back.
I mean, it's possible.
Because she didn't know what to do, and she wanted to get away from wherever she dropped her body.
Okay.
Like cut a trail is what I'm thinking.
All right. Well,
Maybe.
look, I got to get ready to get out here. Me and PJ got to get some food before we die. We haven't eaten
PJ. Yeah, go feed her. Y'all have a good evening.
I don't want to gnaw my arm off or nothing crazy.
Oh, Lord, no. We just had quesadillas.
We're going to go get some rolls. Rolls sound good?
Oh,
it's going to be late for rolls in about 25 minutes.
It's till 11. It's Saturday night.
Then we're ready for rolls.
All right, guys. You've been good. All right.
All right. Peace.
That means it's a Texas Roadhouse night. We're going full Sebastian Rogers. Katie. We're going Katie Proudfoot tonight.
I like rolls.
I like rolls too. Okay, listen, guys. I want to know in the comment box down below what do you think happened to this small child? Is she with us or is she not with us? That's the question. Don't answer it in the side chat because I won't be able to see it. But when this video ends, I want you to go into the description box down below in the comments and let me know what you think. Is this a case of foul play? Or is this a case of where this kid is alive? Because it's foul play. You never know. Dolly might have to jump on a plane and be out there raising hell. Or is it a case where this lady has hid this and she's going to get ready to run? I mean, I'm going to give you my opinion before I go. I believe this kid is alive and we're going to treat her like she's alive.
Did you end the stream?
No.
Why is it ended on my thing?
It shouldn't be.
So that's weird.
No.
Okay.
You think it's foul play? Because these people are answering me.
Weird. Okay, I'm sorry.
All right, guys. Y'all be good. Dolly loves you. See you soon. Peace.